Hello, and welcome to another episode of Manifest Actual Play. I'm Tommy Cotton. With me, as always, Dan Barron, Addy Gia, Seth Lilly, and Roman Milan. We are here to play some Manifest, but before we get into the actual play, these lovely people over here are going to have some things to talk to you about, so I'm going to toss attention over their way, and then they're going to say some stuff, and then it's going to come back to me, and then we're going to get into the game. Sound good? Good. Go!
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Hi, I'm Seth. Excuse my terrible lighting. I'll fix it when we show the characters. I'm here to talk to you about the First Nations Development Institute. So November is Native American Heritage Month, so we just wanted to up this fantastic institute. Their mission is to strengthen Native American economies, to support healthy Native communities, and they invest in and create institutions and models that strengthen Native asset control and support economic development. First Nations improves economic conditions for Native Americans through technical assistance and training, advocacy and policy, and direct grants in key areas. So if you had the bandwidth, please visit this link. Support them in any possible way you can. It is such a cool thing that we support as well. I'm going to toss it over to the next person.
What's their name, Seth?
I don't.
What's my name? My name is my name.
See. I've worked with you for several months now. I want to say,
I've known you for years, in fact.
Wow, that's true. That is accurate.
Hey everyone, it's your friend Roman.
That lighting is fantastic.
The Greek freak, Roman Milan. And no, it's 0% Greek. But hi everyone. Yes, hello, welcome. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are here around about 8 o'clock every Tuesday night. Same bat time, same bat channel, same bat place on the internet. But if you're having trouble remembering, if the bat computer hasn't worked since the late 1960s, then there's some buttons you can push and make your new computers that hopefully do work for you. Under me, there's these beautiful buttons down here. There's a heart and there's a bell, which lets you follow the channel and get notifications directly from Twitch when we go live. And you're not going to want to miss any of this stuff. We are coming into the big bits of this campaign. We might not all survive this session or any of the sessions from here on out. Important things are happening. Alf's here, and if he doesn't get out, then I'm not getting out. So please follow along, click those buttons, click the purple button, subscribe to the channel. You get those notifications, but also you support the channel a little bit. A bunch of that money goes back into the stream, into making it better. Into bringing on guests, into making our mics and our lighting and our cameras all the better. Getting to do fun stuff like the Halloween special. It's all from y'all's support, which we really, really appreciate. There's also bits that you can give. We still have our bits goal down there for our Light in the Darkness radio plays to play during the break of this stream. We will start producing them once that goal gets met. Following Rico Kazak, everyone's favorite paranormal investigator out there in the Badlands, as we saw in the Halloween special. We'll be able to write and record and edit those and make them really good for you guys. We're really excited when we get there to make them. And every bit that you give helps us get there. We really, really appreciate y'all's support. Side note, I would be remiss if I didn't also call out Jeff Bezos again. Jeff Bezos, you've been ducking my requests to fight for long enough. I demand satisfaction. But also one other thing about Jeff Bezos is if you've got Amazon Prime, there's that sub button. You get a free subscription from Amazon Prime, so you can take that money out of my nemesis Jeff Bezos's pocket, which is only going to slow him down when we meet in our ultimate battle. And you can give it to us, and that's really great. Oh my God, there's a bunch.
God!
As a person with ADHD, let me tell you what, there's a bunch of very bright blue bits in the chat, and I love it. So I'm about to stop talking and let somebody else start talking about it. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for supporting us. Follow us on our socials. We've got a bunch of cool announcements coming down the pipe. We love you so much. Thanks for rocking with us. And now I will toss it up. What? To Addy.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. I am here and I do the same thing every week. And I totally remember that is. So we're all good. So you can find us, like Roman said, on our socials. So we have a inactive Twitter and a very good Instagram, which you can find at like at Laura Dern or something. I'm not good at the jokes. And then also you can find us on Facebook at Manifest the RPG. You can also find us on our website, which is also Manifest the RPG. We are here every Tuesday. And in addition, we are still hedging on the big announcement that is coming shortly. So I don't have anything on my brain except for don't say. So what I can say is that I will be attending C2E2 as the D&D coordinator. So if you're in Chicago in December, around the time that C2E2 is, I might see Seth in person, which will be really cool. So I will be there, and maybe some of these kids will come with me. But if you want to play D&D with me, or at least while I'm around, you should come to C2E2 and hang out. I'll sign I'll sign something. That's not a contract. Okay. Anyway, I think that is it. I don't think we have any other.
There's one other thing. After you go to Laura.
Thank you. Guys, I'm not good at this. Yeah, we do also, if you want to support us other than through the stream, and you want all of the cool Manifest updates and exclusive access to our adventures and our behind the scenes blog and other things, podcast every week, you can go to our Patreon.
Last week on Patreon, I got to write my magnum opus, the Beef Boy Manifesto, talking about how you can play a muscly athletic character in Manifest and how much fun it is and some tips and tricks. And this week, get ready for the fight of your life in our exclusive Patreon adventure this week, which is coming up tomorrow. In the town of Creeksbarrow, I believe.
Shoot out of Creeksbarrow, baby.
Shoot out of Creeksbarrow. There's a bunch of bandits in there, and you're gonna have to shoot them out. So get on in there and support us. We've got a lot of really cool stuff in there, and more cool stuff on the way.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of tiers, so you should go check it out and see if you're able to if anything on those tiers is interesting to you to receive. Also, you get access to our exclusive patrons only Discord channel, which is bumping, by the way. Just saying. Okay. I don't have anything else, and I really ran out about 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to pass it over to Tommy, where he can effectively and professionally lie to you about the economy.
Speak to us from your throne of lies.
As you can all see, we all have little numbers up here in the top left of our screen. That's how much grit each of us have. Grit is an expendable resource in Manifest that allows the player or the GM to augment their rolls and hopefully have certain tests go the way they want. Now, you as a viewer also have grit. It's your channel points. We call it viewer grit. You can go down to the bottom of your chat, click on that little waypoint star, and you'll see how much you have and what you can spend it on. And one of the things you can spend it on is giving grit to either the GM or one of the players. You'll notice that it is cheaper for you to give grit to the GM. That's because the GM has just a lot on his plate and could really just use some extra grit. You know, I got this person here with 11. This person here with 12. I mean, look how small my number is. Come on. Yeah. Whenever I spend grit, they get grit. Whenever they spend grit, I get grit. Also, they have a maximum number of 12, so Dex can only take one more, and Porter is maxed out right now. However, Eloise and Gus are hurting a little bit. In fact, Laura and Chris just gave +1 grit to Eloise each, so that is 2 additional grit for Eloise. She is at 5 now.
Which is pretty good.
She just might live.
Hey, I can get shot 5 whole times now.
So that is how viewer grit works. That is how our grit works. And with that, we're going to get ready to play the game. But before we do, we are going to transport our minds to the world of Manifest and look at the very cool character art that we have by Kate May, because who knows, at any point, one of these 4 characters could die. They're in a pretty bad spot, and I'll tell you all about that when we get back. 1 second.
Kate's going to see 222.
And we're back. All right. So, previously on Manifest Actual Play, our drifters have been separated for some time. Eloise and Gus were taken captive by Brimstone Garrison, a Black Ops garrison in the Fort Dearborn territory that was doing horrible, terrible experiments on illuminated people. The man in charge of those experiments was Ulysses Pruitt, but it turned out not to be Ulysses Pruitt. It turned out to be Ulysses Pruitt possessed by Owen Lemaire, and he had ulterior motives besides all the things he was hired to do for Brimstone. And he achieved his objective, apparently, as he created a strange substance that he injected himself with and then gave the other dose of the substance to Leo Riggs, aka the Raven, the man in charge of the Free People's Coalition, a group of freedom fighters that are attempting to overthrow the Fort Dearborn government, basically. Now, Leo Riggs left. Owen Lemaire shot himself in the head, became a ghost, and left because he's an immortal Everlight and can do that kind of thing. Eloise and Gus started making their way out of the facility, having basically made a deal with Owen Lemaire to let him finish his research so that they could escape. They are accompanied by none other than Private First Class Alf Ralston, who has had quite the change of heart since we saw him so long ago in the Malachite Mountains. He is attempting to assist them in their escape. Meanwhile, Porter and Dex have acquired a team of experienced drifters who are assisting in the breaking in of Brimstone Garrison. Currently, they are a little spread out. Dex has hopped over the wall over the science facility within Brimstone that contains Eloise and Gus. And then the 3 others in the group, Lucille Roberts, I'm forgetting, there's Oscar, oh God, their names are...
You want me to say them?
Arthur? Is it Arthur?
No, there's
It's
Oscar McCoy and Arthur Ross.
Arthur Ross, it's Lucille Roberts.
I really don't know why I
Jess
did that,
Weaver,
James.
it's Parappa, it's a fucking squad.
Yeah, so Arthur Ross, Lucille Roberts, and Oscar McCoy are in a thoroughfare in the camp right now, hiding. A little ways down that thoroughfare is Porter, who is currently alone and has 3 soldiers approaching his position because Oscar McCoy knocked over a barrel as he moved his way up north towards where the other 3 drifters are. There's 2 other drifters in the team, in the extraction team, and that is Jess Weaver and Parappa, who are currently inside the water treatment facility across the thoroughfare from Porter, watching as these 3 soldiers approach Porter's position. That is where we are. A quick reminder to Dex, the layout around you. You are in a courtyard next to some basically entry buildings to this facility. And you see that there's a door. Basically, there's the gatehouse, and there's a door that attaches to this courtyard from that gatehouse north of you a little ways. A reminder to Eloise and Gus, the 2 of you plus Alf have entered into what looks to be some kind of like security checkpoint in between 2 decontamination hallways. You have functionally sealed the door behind you, trapping some soldiers on the other side. And you know that Alf has said that the only exit he's aware of in this facility is the hallway to the north that leads to the gatehouse. I've already described where Porter is. So with that, I think we're going to jump right back in. There's a lot going on here. People are in danger, and we are in initiative still. And Porter, it is your turn.
Right. We started the initiative already, right?
Yeah, you've been in initiative. This is you have had 1 turn in this initiative so
Perfect.
far.
So that answered my question then. So I have these people, right? They noticed that that Oscar has knocked over these barrels. They're at like the base of a tower. Is that correct?
Not quite a tower. You are in between 2 buildings right now. There's the water treatment facility across the thoroughfare from you, and then you are up against what might be some kind of storage or office building within here. It's about 3 stories tall. They're not nearby a tower. They're in basically a wide thoroughfare that's big enough for like vehicles to drive up and down. And there's like supplies and stuff in crates, and there's like big warehouse like hangar like doorways that like vehicles could drive through into this building nearby you, that kind of thing. There's also like doors and windows and stuff. Like you have options. You're not against like a concrete wall with nowhere to go.
Sure. I guess my question then is how close are they to noticing one of us? Am I the first person that are going to notice?
Yeah, they are approaching you. You basically, Oscar didn't get very far from you before he knocked over that barrel. He managed to avoid being spotted as he continued north. Oscar and the rest of them, again, basically across the thoroughfare, you is like something like 80 or so feet to where Jess and Parappa are. North of you, you're looking at like 150 or so feet between you and the other 3 drifters who have made it up to that kind of crossway that Dex went around and away from.
I think what I have to do is let me see if this is extra potent, because that'd be super helpful. Yeah, I've got a tier 2 sleep tonic. I'd like to load that into a gas grenade and see if I can catch all 3 of them with it.
Oh damn. Okay. Go for it.
Right, yeah.
So you get to fire a shot. They don't know you're there, so you throw your shot out. The grenade will launch out, land as well as you shoot it, and then they have to roll to try and get out of the way as the gas starts filling the thoroughfare around them.
Good. And then I think it's a free action to use one of my tonics as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So before I do that, I'm going to inject this tier 2 +1 finesse tonic.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's just a range test. It's unopposed. You are just attempting to make sure it lands where you want it to.
Oh, that'd be preferable. Yeah. So yeah, it's a don't want that. Do want this one. I have to be very strategic with my dice if you're new to the stream, because otherwise terrible things happen.
I'm not sure it's the dice fault. I think it might be your fault.
How I'm using a dice tower? How could it be me?
I don't know, man. Something.
Right. So that is it's a +1. I'm trying to remember if it's finesse. If it's tier 2 +1 finesse, that means it's to the attribute, correct?
It's tier 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then yeah. That's
what I'm
+1
saying,
finesse attribute. As a
Beautiful.
tier 2.
That adds one more die to my pool and removes reliability. All right, this is going to be it, right? Well, I mean, it's not bad. So I guess my question is, does a 5 hit?
It's unopposed.
Yeah.
All right, it's completely unopposed. All right.
Yeah.
And since I have 12 grit, though, I am going to spend 2 grit to play to the gallery, so I can count as 14.
Okay.
3.
How many successes do you have?
I had 2, and now I've got 4.
Okay.
It's worth it. See?
Yeah, absolutely. You sit there, you realize what's happening, you see, like, you peek around the barrels and you see these soldiers kind of approaching, like, they're like trying to look ahead of where you are, because that's like kind of where like the noise seemed to go, where Oscar went. They didn't spot Oscar because he was able to like duck around like some terrain, but like they're walking that way and watching. You realize like you're gonna get caught in the crossfire here, so you pull out your projectile launcher. You know, slide a canister in there. The center of the canister like hollow as you like slip a tonic in there, and you hear it aerosolize, and then you chink, and it just goes flying out. And before they have a chance to really react, it like hits the ground and really quickly just starts like filling the area with this kind of like hazy smoke. And now they have to roll to resist.
So they have a -8 to resist.
Yikes.
And there's only the one property, right? It's not extra potent.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a -8.
It might.
All
So
right.
that if it's a -8, then it does have extra potent.
No. Extra potent
Okay,
is
yeah,
a property, is a specific property.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been. It would have to be a tier 3 tonic at that point. But extra potent is a property, because the way resisting tonics works is there's so many, or toxins. There's so many properties involved in a toxin, and every success you roll lets you eliminate one property. Extra potent exists as a property that you have to take care of first.
Sure.
So like it basically makes it so they require more successes in order to get to the stuff they want to resist.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like you have sleep right now, so they just need one success to be able to avoid falling asleep, but they are at a -8. So
And you know what you could do, Seth? You could just bamboozle a little bit.
I thought about that too. I didn't know if the -8 would be enough. Because what are they rolling against?
it's an
unopposed
unopposed test. They just roll. They need to just get one
negate.
success.
It's not a bad idea. I'll bamboozle 3 times.
That I feel like that's pretty good. Pretty good odds.
Yeah.
The odds be in your favor.
Hopefully they all have terrible negate as well. Like, who needs negate? Nobody ever puts all their points into negate.
Yeah, exactly.
Very asleep.
Who? I see your face, Addy. Who are you talking about? Who did
Very
it?
asleep.
Isn't it you?
Very asleep. Oh man, if you hadn't bamboozled, that person would still be awake.
Yeah. Give me 5 for that, Roman.
Yeah. So the canister like spins with the force of the gas as it
absolutely.
quickly like secretes out. They pull back and like they start reaching in their like jackets for like filtration masks, and like they try to push out of the way, and it's too quickly. The smoke it, like just like rises up super fast, like getting up in their faces, and as like they start fumbling for their gear, they just all 3 just start dropping to the ground. And like one like it tries to reach for a radio and then just like slides down into a snore as yeah, they are all put to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. So if I can do this without being loud or getting anybody's attention, I'm going to drag them all into a kind of secluded area and tie them up and take their radios.
Unfortunately, so we're still in initiative.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
You used a focused act, or I guess technically it was a quick action because we narrated it as it being your thing, but you just threw a gas grenade. That's not actually your gun. So it's a quick it's a quick action to do that. So what you can do is you can at least like start getting them together. So you can get to them and start kind of like getting their bodies together, like getting them situated so that they can be dragged, which is responded to immediately by Parappa and Jess as the two of them use their turns to rush out and complete what you were attempting to do, which is grab these two guys. They actually don't drag them back into the water treatment plant. They rush forward. Parappa starts like binding them up and everything, and Jess rushes by and like bypasses the like lock on one of the shutter doors on the building nearby you and like lifts it up just a couple ticks, and then the two of them start dragging the bodies in there, and they're like go to you.
Perfect. Do the radios they have, are they like the loud kind of radios, or do they have like earplugs that I can listen in?
They don't have earpieces or anything like that. So they are radios, like you can hear like you actually can hear through the radio, like just like a static. Looking at this, you have enough technical thing, like these radios aren't like an open channel type radio, like they are a little more sophisticated than that. They can like send direct things, like so like basically if you knew what like code you had to put in to send a radio message to one of the radios paired into the system, you would be able to make only that radio like hear what you're saying. Sure. But there's no earpieces or anything like that.
I'll just take one and make sure that everybody grabs a filtration mask.
Cool.
What quality is that?
That is a standard quality filtration mask.
Brilliant, thanks.
Okay. Down the way, Porter, you see Lucille disappear out of sight, and moments later, Dex, you don't hear Lucille, but she does. She is there with you as she like drops down. You see movement as she drops down next to you, but like you barely hear the sound of her like hitting the like dirt and like rolling into position next to you.
Great.
And she says, 3 guards down by Mr. Janus, asleep by the look of him.
Great. I forget. I'm looking ahead at a gatehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no sight as to like who or what is in there. Right?
Correct. The door is completely like solid.
Okay. Can you get a look in there without letting them know?
Might be. It's a bit too far ahead for her to get there this turn.
Okay.
She had to use her turn to basically sneak by some people because there's a patrol.
Okay. Yeah, then that's it. We don't have more to talk about right now.
Arthur holds his position, and Porter, you're able to see from a distance why that is as a patrol walks by. Lucky for you, they don't seem to notice you, Jess, and Parappa on the side of the road, kind of like shoving bodies. They're not walking down your path. They're basically walking east to west. Sure. And that basically Arthur is not confident in his ability to immediately sneak by this 6-man patrol you see walking by.
I also did tell him last session to like make sure the rest of the team got through the junction, basically.
Yeah, he seems to be taking that to heart as he's like, this is not the moment. And now that those soldiers have gone, Arthur will take his turn and he will disappear out of sight, Porter. But Dex, you do not see him. He does not scale the wall.
He doesn't just run up along it like Spider-Man?
No. And Dex, it is your turn.
Okay. I will sneak up to get a better look inside this gatehouse.
Cool. So the door itself is solid and high tech. You can see that it is currently locked down. You guys all recall also that at the end of last session there was basically the light situation changed. Like a bunch of floodlights came on in the place, and a lot of the chaos and hum of the stationing being like alerted to the fact that Pruitt had been discovered dead. Um, that has kind of died down, and the last command that was given over the loudspeakers was lockdown initiated, maintain your posts and await further orders. And it seems like there's some people who are on patrol, and Dex, while you can't see within, you do hear people inside. You hear at least 4 distinct voices as they seem to be communicating with someone through a speaker. And you can kind of hear, it's a little muffled, but it sounds like they're talking to someone. They're like, it's all quiet in here right now. As far as we heard, Pruitt's down. Then we have 2 escaped people inside here. And any action outside? And then a voice comes back being like, no, but we got the area secure down. Check in with your security and start locking down quadrants of the facility and report in regularly. And yes, sir.
Do I still have a line of sight to Lucille?
Yes.
I think we established in an earlier episode that sign language is fairly common on Manifest, right?
Yes. Yeah. If you've been taught to read and write, there's a very good chance you've been taught sign language.
Cool. I will sign to Lucille. Basically, I hear 4 in here. They're gonna start sweeping this facility. It seems like our targets may have already escaped, but they're not out.
She like nods to that and says, like, as she's moving up towards you, like she signs back like, I can get through that door if you want to make a move, but I don't know if the 2 of us can take all of them at once. Also, +1 grit to Porter and +1 grit to Eloise from Fiddler Undone and the Pack Walk, respectively.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I sign back to her. I think we can take him.
She smiles at that. And you can read in her face the mental thought, of course you do.
Listen, I'm a man over here with 2 hard caliber guns and 11 grit. I feel invincible.
All right. So you haven't actually used up much of your turn, but there's not really a whole lot in this particular instance.
I don't have the ability to get through this door.
Yeah.
Is there anything I could do to assist Lucille?
Oh, you want to like preemptively assist? Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, I can't help her get through the door. Could I, in some way, help her remain hidden as the door opens? Because I've seen what she can do when she's hidden.
No, because that's not a thing you can do right now. That would be a thing you would do once the door was open.
Yeah. I can't think of anything that I can do.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, if you want to like preemptively get started on the door, you could roll Skullduggery as an assist. But
it may surprise you to learn that in the myriad of trainings I have experienced on the mountain, picking locks was not high on the list. It's a miracle I'm good at sneaking. It's frowned upon.
All right.
It's mostly for wildlife.
Fair. Eloise and Gus.
I guess I don't know if there is anywhere to gain cover. There's no one around, right?
I mean, you can take what you can do is you can take excellent
the best cover I can.
You can take excellent cover from the people inside the room.
Great, I do that.
So once that door is open, you are an excellent cover. Eloise and Gus, you hear as stuff happens on the other side of the door you sealed. And then one of the consoles in the security suite you're in crackles to life, and a voice comes through saying, security hub, what's your report? And Alf stands up
Thank God.
and like kind of
Because like Alf.
kind of dusts himself off and like looks to the two of you and sees the two of you looking at him and is like,
I mean, I could try, but I don't think it'd be very good.
he like kind of nods and like starts making his way over there, but it's not necessarily his turn yet. Oscar disappears out of sight, Porter, as he follows Arthur's lead. And now it is Alf's turn. Alf goes over to the console, like he's like sweating a little bit. He's also been shot pretty bad. And he says, green across the board here. No sign of the escaped prisoners at the moment. What's the status report from other stations? And the crackles back up. Stand by, we'll have that report for you in a bit. Keep this channel open in case you hear anything at all. Roger that. Then he sits there for a second and he goes, it's not going to be too long before they realize that, before those fellas you locked on the other side of the door are able to get somewhere and tell someone with a radio.
There's no, sorry. Is there there's a second floor to this room, right?
The room you're in? No.
Yeah. No?
No.
Okay. Cool. There's just the other door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in like a big open circular room with several stations. You can actually see there's like some like monitoring stations with like readouts of like the status of different parts of the facility.
Yeah. Alf, while we're in here, is there any way we could ping them somewhere else?
From here, I don't know if I could. This is the security station that would be giving the alerts to everyone. We'd get the readout. I could just get on the horn and say I'm reading something out, I suppose.
Yeah, Alf, do you think you could do that?
They don't. If they ask me for a confirmation code or anything, if they get suspicious at all, and I'm not going to be able to put it past them. But I mean, when they're on high alert like this, they're just going to kind of at least act on the information before they try to confirm. They don't expect this radio to be lying. I'll give it a shot. And he presses the button again. He goes, actually, it looks like alarm just got triggered in quadrant G5. G5 seems like they're trying to bypass some of the sensors there. And let's see how Alf does.
The other set of lines says G5, bingo.
Okay. Alf rolled the
All
number.
my bingo has up there. I know that 5 isn't in the G column, but you're just gonna have to let it ride with me. Sorry.
And they response comes through. G5, you're sure about that? What could they be going through there? There ain't no exit there. Only other way out is F6. Confirmation required. And he goes,
What, he needs like a code of some sort, a number?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any idea how he could get the right code. You think that perhaps the people in the security team are told the code and I have to remember it as he sits there and just like shrugs at you like, I got nothing. They're going to know.
We gotta move.
Confirmation required. Give us your code. And Dex, you actually hear this through the door that you're at. And they relay through that same speaker to the they go, we got something going on in the security hub. We're going to send people in to investigate. Keep your hand on the button. We may need you to breach and clear. Roger that. And that is what you hear, Dex.
Is Lucille like next to me at this point?
No. She's still a little ways from you just because she hasn't had her turn yet.
And I am relaying what I'm hearing, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
You probably recognize Alf's voice.
Yeah, you did hear Alf Ralston. I think you probably have a good enough memory to remember Alf's voice.
I remember Alf Ralston's voice.
You might have seen Alf with Gus through the telepathic link.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys had a telepathic link for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That I do recall being shared.
Yeah. Because you were being escorted to the lab at that time.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not important information right this
Gus,
second.
it is your turn.
All right, Alfs, we got to get through that door, but there's gonna be people coming to that door.
They're gonna send a team here, surely.
All right, well then let's go. We got to move, right? El?
I don't know. Maybe we could I mean, maybe we could fortify.
Yeah. But then we're just waiting for them to break through back there, and for them to come through up there. We're just left in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, let's move. Alf, where's somewhere we can get to quick? Maybe hole up and hide out. Let them go by.
He looks around. He's like, he gestures to the room. This room has no other doors except for these two decontaminations the one that you came through and the one that goes north. And he goes, we can't go back that way. They're gonna have I mean, we can hear them trying to get through.
No. Yeah. Forward.
Oh, I mean, if we get to the gatehouse, we could run to the courtyard. It sounds like that. I mean, I'm guessing they probably have people stationed out front, in front of the gatehouse too. So we could maybe go to the courtyard, or we could hide out in a part of the gatehouse. I mean, north is the only way.
All right. Well, let's move. Right, El? You good?
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, let's go.
Alf will press the button to open up the first door of Decontam.
Mhm.
And then follow you, Gus, as you both walk in. Eloise's turn hasn't come yet, but basically he started the decontam process, or at least it seems like these doors are mechanically not allowed to be open at the same time. As he steps in and like some lights kind of spin, and he looks back expectingly at Eloise. Hilariously, because of what I just said, Dex, you hear it won't open.
Oh my god.
See if you can bypass it. As the second door in this decontam chamber is currently open. And so the first
That's
one,
just basic decontamination protocol right there.
the first one needs to be given a special kind of command in order to be opened. And while it is a thing that they can do, it is a thing that takes time. And so they are not able to get into where Gus and...
Do we hear this on our side of the door?
No, these doors are a little too. You hear like some muffled voices, but you don't have as good a an audio.
Yeah, but we can hear that there's people right here.
Yeah. You hear people on the other side.
Okay. And with part of my can I like just like press up against the wall?
Yeah.
So when the door opens, I'm not immediately visible and I can maybe take a sucker punch on somebody.
Oh, you want to like get up right by the door? I mean, these doors are pretty big, and there's the decontam like tunnel is like very, very like open. So like there's not really any hiding spot or anything, but you can get right up against the door, so that way when it opens up, you can just fucking pounce at somebody.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and Dex, you hear further like discussion like they must be coming through. Get ready. And then the voice one last time says, the voice you've been hearing communicate with the outside says, we may have a situation brewing in here. They're coming through decontam. And then you hear, Roger that. We'll tell other units to converge. And that is their turn because they are going to have to open this thing. Eloise, it's your turn.
Okay. I have quick fix. Is there any way that on this turn I could destroy the security center? Like pull all the cords out or something so like nobody can report in? Like it can't be taken up as a post again?
I mean, yeah, you want to just like fuck with all their sensors and break down the communication lines into this room. Yeah,
because it said that it was like the place where people would report in and like all the sensors are and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Since I have quick fix, can I do that in one turn?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. It's gonna take a focused action. But you can roll technology. It's pretty sophisticated tech. Situation is pretty harrowing, so we're gonna put it at a -3.
But this is the kind of thing that makes me feel calm. I made a whole robot just to be calm the other day.
Yes, it's only a -3.
-2. -1.
-3. -3.
You also have an EMP that might do some of the job.
Would that do? I would know. I made it. Would it work?
Yeah. You can just use that thing. It's a one use only. You could use it. It's you had it originally designed to be like kind of a small localized EMP, but you also have the skills and the extra like energy sources in this room that would allow you to like hook it into something and have it fry the entire hub here. And that wouldn't require a roll.
Gaming this entire encounter. I love this.
I think probably that's a good idea. So I hope I won't regret it, and I will like take the
you run up
that I've got in my braids and
you Gus, you see as Eloise like quickly grabs these like small pieces of tech that she's like kind of hidden in her hair and like starts putting them together and then like rushes up and like has a small little device that she jams into one of the like outlets here and turns it and then like pulls back and like out of the way as it starts sparking, and those sparks go as they just kind of pop every screen and every light, and this whole like security hub goes and only the security lights stay on as Eloise joins you in decontam.
Dang, El, that was cool.
Thanks.
There's some folks right on the other side of this door. Maybe hide or something.
Okay. I like look around. There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide.
But I will.
You can stand behind Alf. And
I will give. At this point, I will give Alf the tier 1 no side effect tonic if he wants it. Because he said he got shot real bad.
He got shot a bit.
Bad.
He doesn't look happy, but as you try to give it to him, he goes, "No, miss, I'm good."
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I will put it back in my bag, I guess.
Porter, it's your turn.
I'd like to get as close to Dex as I can.
Cool. You rush up that patrol having passed as Arthur and Oscar disappear out of sight. You rush up, leaving Parappa and Jess behind. You as you get to that kind of cross section, that like intersection, you see forward and to the right. There's basically these like three. There's a northern leading thoroughfare that's pretty wide and has like three kind of like relays, it looks like, that's helping. Like it's got some speakers, it's got some lights, and like just and like probably some sensors that are like helping bounce some of these radio signals around within the garrison. At a glance, you know it's not the only thing. Like just like if you were to blow up these three little radio towers, like that doesn't stop anything. It just it like maybe makes it so it's a little staticky. But these towers, like these like kind of relays, are all over the place. But these are three like individual towers that kind of break up this thoroughfare, and using those for cover, you see Oscar and Arthur quite a ways north of you, making their way towards the gatehouse from the outside. You do not see Dex, and you do not see Lucille.
Can I assume that they are following Dex though?
I mean, you saw Dex and Lucille both go up and around this corner, right? So like,
yeah. Probably, yeah.
If you wanted to catch up with Arthur and Oscar right now, you hear like movement around, but you don't see any immediate patrols, and it looks like they're rushing forward in an opening right now. And if you wanted to catch up with them, you could use your focused action to just like sprint your way over to them.
Would that negate any kind of quietness? Would that bring attention to me? Probably.
It seems at this particular moment, they are like double timing it themselves. So it seems like they are either being chased or feel secure enough in this opening that they currently have to make good space.
I'll book it. Sure.
Cool. You are able to catch up with them. Parappa and Jess do not catch up.
Sense.
Lucille gets up next to you, Dex, and pulls out some. She pulls out an auto picker, cracks open a panel, starts hot wiring a couple wires together. The auto picker is actually like, she slides her fingers into it like they're rings, and as she like is holding her hand back away from the thing, you see that like her fingers movements make these individual like cords twist and move of their own. Like the cords themselves have the ability to coil and straighten themselves, and so the slight movements that she's making with her fingers are allowing these cords to get in and clip wires and hotwire them together. And then she kind of like with the whip of a finger pulls it back, and those cords pull back and lay against the back of her palm and like reattach themselves as a bracelet around her wrist. And again, she just looks like she's wearing like gloves with like these kind of like rings and cords down the center. As she pulls it back, turns to you and then signs like open.
That's fucking cool.
I mean, that's a fucking cool auto picker.
You're dealing with high tier drifters.
So that was her turn though.
Yeah, she can open the door for you. But she has taken her turn to bypass this lock. And then is like waiting for your command to like open the door. Or you can open it yourself on your turn. It's up to you.
Man, I think we get through this door totally undetected if we hold.
Okay.
And so I say to Lucille, just hold for a second. I think we can make this quiet.
She nods. Stuff happens. Arthur moves ahead of you, Porter. up to against the wall that seems to surround this facility where the alarm was triggered. He gets up against the wall a little ways from the gatehouse, and he peers around, turns back to you and Oscar, and signs 6 soldiers outside.
Do I understand hand signals?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
for sure. You got a formal education. I think out of all of you, the only one who would potentially not have been
Previously established, it was only Gus who didn't know it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Gus
yeah,
was
that's right.
homeschooled on a farm.
I wasn't thinking of sign. I was thinking of, like military.
Oh no, he's not doing a military thing. He turns back. He knows who he's dealing with. It takes him longer to communicate it than he would probably like, but because it's not just like instead he's like, there's 6 guards.
Yeah, right. Of course.
I think gunslingers are taught actually there's a way to adjust sign language to work with a gun in hand.
I love that.
Gun language.
You don't need sign language with a gun in hand. It's all pretty straightforward.
That sounds like some peak nonsense to me.
Yeah.
And to the south of you, Porter, you see a troop marching north. They're a little ways away, but you see them down basically on the other side of the building that Parappa and Jess are at. There is quite a ways south of you, but still within view from like a distance. You see a troop kind of turn and start heading north up into your direction.
Cool. No, it's not my turn.
And it is your turn, Dex.
I would like to get into a better position to be a distraction for when we open the door.
I don't really know how you would achieve that. It's just the door's shut. You don't have any until the door's open, you don't have any other space to play in.
I guess here's an important question.
Yeah.
Did I hear Arthur and running up and get up? He's presumably just on the other side of the wall from me, right?
Yeah, he's being very sneaky. You could roll, but you'd be at some negatives to do it.
I'll roll.
Okay, go for it. Let's do an observe test. Just because of the wall and the distance and the sound of the stuff coming through the door, we're gonna put it at a -5. And
okay.
It's going to be opposed because he is sneaky.
Okay.
He did get 2 12s. Got 2 12s and 2 8s. That's pretty
cool. I will spend 3 of my grit to go at strong.
Okay.
To have a 13, which then explodes. So it's just 113, but it is a 13.
Okay. You don't know for sure who it is you hear, but you do hear someone sneaking.
That's really all I need.
You're not sure if it's Oscar, you're not sure if it's Porter, you're not sure if it's Arthur. What you hear is the sound of someone subtly moving something out of the way so they can get into a better position against the wall. There's a crate that just slightly creaks and as they climb over it and set themselves down.
Okay. And this gatehouse is totally enclosed. It has a roof.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. I go up the wall and I just peek over and see who's there.
Cool. Yeah. You go up, go ahead and roll a stealth test for me because the gatehouse is 2-story and there are people in the upper story who are keeping an eye out around. So,
okay. They do have a -1 to see me and a -2 to hear me.
They got an 8.
It was nice of them to show up to work today. I have 4 net hits over an 8.
Cool. Yeah. You dart your way up, getting onto the wall. You look down, you see Arthur below you. He looks up, sees you.
I will sign to him. Can I actually see from here? So it sounds like my understanding of this gatehouse. It's like an open front, and where there's a door basically that me and Lucille are on the other side of.
So now, like, kind of you've seen it from the outside. You're now closer to it. You've heard them talking through it. So basically, this gatehouse is like a rectangular structure, 2 stories tall, with little like window parapets that you can now, at your position here on this wall, you can see there are some guards there who are like looking down to the front of the gatehouse. The gatehouse itself has a large like shut door, with you kind of in your position and with Arthur communicating back to you, you know that there's 6 soldiers posted up outside that door. There's also soldiers inside, who you've been hearing communicate with the soldiers outside. The building itself is it's not open. It is, I mean, it's got like, I guess, like the wall, there is a little bit of like a jut out from the wall.
Basically, okay, so there's 6 dudes outside who are not inside, and there's 4 dudes inside that we can hear.
Correct.
Okay.
At least 4. There could be more.
4 that we could hear like right on the other side of the wall from us. I communicate all of that to Arthur, and then tell him to be ready to go when the inner door opens.
He grins at that and reaches for his big gun.
Arthur has understood the assignment. I slide back down on the side with Lucille.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like telepathy, but worse.
And with that, you hear some more noise behind you, Eloise and Gus, as the metal of that door that you broke, Eloise, is starting to be cut open with some kind of like welding tool or something along those lines. As you see some sparks starting to like heat up and like pop out of it. It's a lot easier to see it because the room behind you is dark. Oscar catches up with Arthur, and you can see Arthur communicating what Dex said to Oscar Porter. And with you guys in the Decontam, Alf turns to you, Gus, and he goes, "I can pop it open if you want. They're getting through in a second."
This front door?
I can shut this back one and we can open the front.
Yeah, let's shut this back one, keep it shut so those fellas are still on our tail, and yeah, let's give these boys some hands.
He rushes over, pulls out his military LRC, slots it in, which turns like a light green next to a handle, and he pulls it down to manually shut one of the decontam doors behind, which allows the other one to shoot up. And inside you see a relatively surprised group of 5 soldiers, 2 of which are right there in front of you, working on the door's paneling, and then 1 who is staying back by the front door, and then 2 kind of in the middle of the room. And the door launches open, and Alf shoots.
That's a good kid.
Yeah.
Alf's a good actor.
Give it to him, Alf.
He pops it. He fires a burst in, aiming at 3 of the soldiers.
Doubly surprised. The door's open. Oh, there's a soldier there. Oh, he's shooting at us.
They knew that you guys were coming through, but they were like, "Oh shit, now!"
Definition of being caught flat-footed.
He hits one of them pretty good, and then kind of grazes the other one, and misses the third.
Cool.
And down Alf's damage on these fuckers.
Cool. He's shooting him with a gun, right?
Yeah, he took a gun from Eloise. his palm print is still in that palm reader, so he is able to use the militia's guns.
Alf is so instrumental. I'm right well chuffed.
And as Alf shoots, I will turn on the initiative music now that we are in proper combat. Gus, it is your turn.
All right. Well, these boys are aching to catch some hands. I ain't gonna keep them from their supper. I'm gonna go ahead and take a swing at the one he hurt the worst. I'm tactical this turn. I'm non-lethal.
You don't have to be tactical. You don't have to be say non-lethal as a call shot if you're just punching them.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh yeah. This is one of my. Okay, yeah. Then I'm offensive on this one. This first one though is a light melee, and I'm gonna take the non-lethal penalty for it.
Okay.
Ooh.
He has an 11.
Cancels out my 10, but it didn't do much about this 16 or this 17.
Woo. How much damage does that person take?
That's 6 damage, all piercing.
Oh.
Oh wait. Okay, reliability. Oh, that's sorry. That's 9 damage, 6 of which is piercing.
Oh. Yeah. That guy gets shot like in the leg, stumbles back, and you rush up. Which knife is this? It's not the scalpel, right? It's like the one that's actually like a knife.
No, I think it is the scalpel.
Okay, yeah.
Scalpel,
because it's the one that's pinpoint, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. You rush up and you drive it into this person's side, just bypassing his armor completely, and it starts bleeding. You know that it's not a fatal wound, but you know that like he'll pass out from blood loss as you like just like get it nice and deep in there up to your hand, and then like pull it out really quick as you shoulder him.
Heck yeah. Does it change anything if it's actually 3 more damage? Because I forgot I'm in an offensive stance.
That does some damage to his armor.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
You cut some straps as you pull it out.
Cool. Then I'm gonna punch him.
Cool. Oh, he hurt. He hurting. Oh, he has a 6.
Oh, he's lucky. Oh wait, that one's cocked. Oh well, he ain't that lucky. That's another 12 damage. This is just my fist, so it's only 2 piercing.
At this point, piercing is going to stop mattering. 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
He is still up, but you clock him. You knock his helmet clean off. And as he stumbles back, like, and you're pulling out the knife, like you cut like some straps so his armor's like loosely hanging. There's a lot of open space where he can get hit at this point. And he's like dazed with blood like out of his nose and like a cut lip from your punch.
All right, and one last punch.
Yeah, probably. Oh, did he not get any successes?
It's a grave misfire. Your fist goes through him and punches another guy.
Shoot, can someone remind me one more time how you calculate unarmed damage?
It's your strength divided by 2, I think.
No, that's when you have fist weapons.
4.
Yeah, the
It's
power
divided
is
by 4.
power is divided by 4.
Cool. Okay, then I'm doing it right. Great.
Yeah, he got no successes because he is very hurt and you've attacked him multiple times.
Cool. Then I can count this 1, this 3, these 2 4s, and this 5.
He is out cold. As yeah, you stab him the one, you shoulder check him and then like give him a huge punch, like a haymaker right in the face, knocking his helmet off, cutting his lip. And then as he goes to like run from you, like well, not so much run, more like stumble and like make any amount of distance, you grab his hair and just like throw him on the ground behind you and next to you, and he just head just like hits the ground and he's out cold.
Yikes. It's not ideal. I'm gonna go ahead and double down.
Cool.
And I'm going to, if I grapple somebody, does it make me harder to shoot?
No, it doesn't. But if they mess up, like if they mess up real bad, they could shoot the person you're grappling. If that's a thing they don't want to have happen, because that's how
fine.
misfires work.
I'm gonna hit someone that Alf grazed.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Just so many attacks. I'm a dang samurai over here. D&D samurai.
That's fine. Always be punching and kicking forever.
ABP.
Oh no, this guy also did not roll super well. He has a 9. He's not even that hurt.
It's about to be.
I rolled 3 1s.
I rolled.
Oh, but also a 14, 15, and a 17. So, you take what you can get.
You're still offensive on this one?
Still offensive. This one's non-lethal.
Okay.
But it's still 9. No, wait. 12 damage, 6 piercing.
Hey. Yeah, he's still up. But yeah, he basically got like grazed in the shoulder. As you just like toss that one dude behind you, you rush forward like with immense speed. This person's bringing his gun up. You push down his gun and like elbow him like right like in the throat and like knock the wind out of his lungs as he's like.
Woof. Brutal. Obviously, I'm still punching him.
Cool.
ABP. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Coffee is for punches only.
That's uncannily good, Seth.
Punch you. That's my name. Anyways.
Oh my god. Okay. You get grit. Well, wait. What's your highest? I guess.
I mean, I'll take the grit.
What's your highest?
16.
Never mind. I could go it strong and have 3 13s.
Well, that would cancel out my 7.
Yeah.
But my 2 16s and 14 would still go through.
Yeah. Okay. It's still not worth it.
What is your high now?
Oh, my high now is 2.
Okay. Well, then the 7 counts as well.
Yeah.
That's a punch. So it is 12 damage, 2 piercing.
That can't be right.
16 damage, 2 piercing.
I think that also might be wrong.
Well, as long as it's wrong in the lesser sense, it no longer matters.
No, yeah, you're right, because I'm on offensive stance. That's 20 damage.
Yeah.
2 piercing.
Yeah. You hit him in the throat and then just like a flurry of punches in the gut. Like you hit him in the throat so he can't intake air, and then you punch him in the gut so much that what air he has in his lungs gets like pushed out, and he's like so lightheaded and everything that he just falls completely unconscious when you come up with an uppercut. Just like
Amazing.
pa 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 pa, and the guy flies up and is down.
That's wonderful. And then, as my last action, I would like to punch a third person who was briefly shot by Alf Ralston with my final punch of the turn.
Okay, you get grit from Argalam saying, punch it!
That's wonderful. You've given me exactly enough grit to punch it.
Yeah, so this person was not hit by Alf, but was shot at by Alf.
Oh, well, all's the merrier.
Okay. Currently, my highest is a 9.
Okay, my highest is 17.
My highest will remain at a 9 unless you have a whole lot of successes under a 12.
I have 1 under a 12.
Not worth it.
Then that's 15 damage to piercing. As my 11, 15, and 17 go.
Okay, only 2 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, take a grit. It will matter. It will. This is the difference between his armor being busted and his armor not being busted. If I take away one of your successes by spending 3 grit to go it strong.
All right.
So you get a grit.
Cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm just
So
walking
how
down
much
the
damage
line
did I
and
just
handing out
reduce
knuckle sandwiches.
by taking out that? It's
That's 5 damage less.
okay. Cool. Perfect. He still has armor. Yeah. This one you knocked the helmet off of too, but the rest of the armor is still intact. Gus is just here fucking hitting people. Like the person you uppercut, his helmet flew off too. Like it's just helmets flying everywhere as Gus is just like a whirlwind of fists and kicks. Mostly fists. He's a boxer.
He'll get in a low kick every so often, throw him off.
Yeah, you like do like a little bob and weave as he like fires a couple shots in your direction and then you just bah! And the helmet goes flying against the wall. Dex, you hear some gunshots and some punching happening on the other side of this door.
Like
I
big
can't-
rocky
Ow.
punching sound effects.
Zap. Bam.
Woof.
Imagine what's happening over there.
It is their turn now.
Oh no.
They're going to return fire on Gus and
Oh, no.
Alf.
Okay.
So there's only 2 left, or only 3 left in this room. The one is going to press the button next to him and say, "They're in breach and clear, breach and clear." And then he's going to pull out a pistol and take a shot at you, Gus.
Cool.
Wow. Oh, there we go. There's a success that is meaningful. 12.
16.
Okay, moving on.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So he takes that shot, and then the other 2 open fire on both you and Alf. I'm going to see if they notice Eloise, who is also in Dean Catan. Yeah, Eloise, can you just go ahead and repose this with sneak?
Okay.
I was gonna briefly try and argue for blends, but then I was like, what could you do that makes it look like you belong here?
It's freaking. It's the end of Sherlock Holmes 2.
I think they may have. I got a 10, so I don't know.
Well, you've asked me to roll, so I have to roll regardless.
But you cannot beat a 10.
Got any bonuses to sneak?
You
Has
mean
Ellis
other
sort
than
of trying
my
to
static
hide?
-4 that I'm operating at the moment with
Yeah,
no
never mind.
reliability?
We're probably good. Probably good on that, actually.
Cool. One of them is going to also shoot at you, Eloise, as he is observant enough to realize
Oh my
the
god, I'm
situation.
gonna die!
So Eloise, Gus, and Alf are all going to get shot at. Gus, you're being shot at twice right now. El, you are being shot at once. And I get a
would
grip
like to
from Orky.
Do I have initiative left?
Orky, are you kidding me? I am so mad at Orky right now.
Do I have initiative left, Tommy?
You do, but if you're thinking about doing a deflect, you can wait until you don't have to do it until after someone fails their defense test.
Sure.
But you do have, for your reference, you have 2 initiative left, so you have 1 turn left that you could sacrifice in order to deflect if you had to.
Don't do that.
Sorry about ya.
Okay, so the one that is going at the both of you, I have an 11.
13.
I don't know why I'm staring at my sheet, hoping that the numbers will change. I'd like to spend some grit
Okay.
to reduce this grave misfire.
You grave misfired?
I'm rolling 2 dice. I rolled a 20 and no successes because I'm at a -4. Well, no, not because I'm at a -4, because I couldn't hit that anyway. I rolled a 13, but I can only hit an 8 if I have no modifiers.
Okay.
Roll a deflect on yourself.
She doesn't have a shield yet.
I don't have a shield.
Yeah, use your body to get in front of the bullet for yourself.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Got it.
No.
Okay,
that's
so you reduce your grave misfire to a regular misfire as you failed this test. Okay. What was your highest? Nothing, right?
good. No, I didn't get any successes.
Cool. Well, Eloise gets hit. Gus and Alf do not. And unless you really want to stop me, Gus, Alf jumps in the way.
Oh my god.
No, I don't want anybody
No,
to jump in the
I
way.
jump in the way and push Alf out of the way. I'm
Both-
jumping in the way.
Both Alf and Gus try to cover Eloise.
That's so stupid. Don't
Such
do
a
that.
good egg.
Gus
I
is-
love this.
Gus
boy.
is closer, though.
I
So-
will be fine.
So, Eloise, you
You
get...
don't have any armor on, right?
Eloise currently is wearing basically shorts and a sports bra, and her body is riddled with scars and cuts and stitches as she has been experimented on ruthlessly.
Yeah, I jump in the way.
Also, you are only wearing like scrub slacks, a tank top, and some
Yeah, I've got
armor,
on armor.
an armored vest that barely fits over your chest.
That's right.
Like you got a little bit of midriff showing, and neither of you have shoes.
I've got like every shirt that The Rock has ever worn in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes. All of the muscles totally open, yet the armor is functional.
This shirt it's practically internal, this shirt. It's so tight. This is a surgical shirt.
Alf dodges his shots and goes and like pushes you to try and get you out of the way, but Gus, who is closer to the person who is shooting, is able to body some of the bullets that would have hit you. Gus, you don't roll deflect.
He has to roll to get in the way, right?
Yeah, you have to roll to get in the way, Gus. But you only need one success to take this hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a +2 just because you're literally right up on this guy.
Cool.
It's not the one you were punching, but it is one that is right there.
I can't move you.
Ha!
You can move me.
Ha!
God damn it.
Ah! Okay, I rolled my maximum and then it exploded into another hit.
Nice.
Crackers,
You get in the
alright.
way, and you take 12 damage with 2 armor piercing.
That's fine.
And I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna twist the knife,
Come on,
You
man.
absolute bastard.
or not twist the knife, the other one, the one that lets me. I'm gonna punch it. I'm punching you now
Sure.
because I got 3 successes, but the accuracy is only 2.
Cool. So I'm taking more than that? Or
Yeah, you're
I'm
taking more
that?
than that. You're taking 18 damage now,
18 damage. Cool.
with two armor piercing,
2 armor piercing.
and you get a
That
grit.
matters. 18 damage. 14 damage. Sorry, math. Let me put myself on mute.
Yeah.
He's making a joke because
Yeah.
my plus key on my number pad is my mute button, and sometimes when I'm doing math, I
Is that
accidentally mute
why?
myself. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
I've never known.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Yeah, that's hilarious.
yeah. And if I have to do division, oh my god, I'll deafen.
Oh shoot! Did I just take an injury? Yeah. I take an injury.
I should have punched it and like twisted the knife and punched it, just so I could get the damage high enough so you had to take an injury that could take your arm. But alas, I'm only doing 18 damage.
Unfortunate.
I
Yeah,
thought you
I'm
were
taking
sick of
an
trying
injury.
for our arms and you were just going to purposefully take Alf's arm.
No, Alpha's gonna die. Well, maybe not. I think he has.
Alpha's not dying, Tommy.
Oh, Alf probably would have been able to take the hit, but he would be basically done.
If I took this hit, if I just took this hit, I would have 1 hit point.
Ooh. Alf is not a PC and therefore cannot do injuries.
That's right.
Oh.
He is some NPCs in this right situations can take injuries. Alf is not one of those NPCs.
Injuries?
You got to be above
Stack.
private first class.
Does the same injury stack?
Yeah.
Cool. Gus is twice as exhausted as he was before.
Oof. What's the functionality of that?
That's a -1 to all your tests.
So you're at a -2 to all your tests now.
That's right.
Woo.
I think when you stack exhaustion, it goes from exhausted to bushed.
You feel
Yeah.
you feel one of your ribs crack as the bullets just like hit right into the armor. But you take the shot. You like grab the barrel of the gun and like swing it out of the way. But you like two bullets went like almost point blank right into your armored vest, and you hear a rib crack. You feel it too.
Hell, did you get shot?
I'm fine.
Elle, it's your turn.
Alpha, you stay over there. Keep shooting. I'm good. I'm 80. I'm 90 years old. I shouldn't be doing that.
Is the so the door behind us is shut?
The door behind you is shut. The door in front is open. There's 3 soldiers. One who has been untouched, one who has been a little bit hurt. There's also Gus in the middle of that room. You heard them shout for reinforcements through a speaker on the door across the way, where one of the soldiers is standing. And Alf and you are in the decontamination hall, having just been shot at.
Okay. Well, okay. I hand Alf Ralston a tonic to take. Will he take it?
I mean, if you like shove it back into his hand, he'll take it. Yeah.
I mean, he's like real hurt, right?
He is a bit shot, but he didn't just get hit. He avoided the attack that
He
came his way.
avoided it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only a little shot. You are
Okay.
hurt worse than Alfrost.
Yeah, you are definitely hurt worse than Alf.
Okay. All right.
You get a grip from random jerk, Al.
Thank you. Okay. I don't have anything. Wait. Are there jets in here for decontamination?
In the decontamination like chamber, yeah.
Yeah.
You have enough technology. I'm not going to make you roll to understand like the basic functions of this. It uses some kind of radiological emitters and some jets that spray some chemicals.
Would those chemicals be liquids?
Yes. You'd have to be able to access where they are. There's not like just.
I can't.
I
If
mean,
there's not a
that would be a
place that I-
technology roll basically to get at them.
Okay. I don't know what else to do. I don't have any weapons. I can't fire them. I can't run because there's 15,000 people. Yeah. Can I roll technology to see if I can manipulate these sprinklers?
Yeah.
You guys should definitely be wearing lead vests in there.
No, it's good radiation.
Oh, my minus.
It's like healthy fats.
It's
like in fish.
it's space radiation. It's good for you.
Tell me which one is good for you, Tommy.
The
I'm a
space
fantastic floor in here. I'm the thing when I come out.
They're not on. The decontamination process didn't actually trigger.
Also, what are they contaminating from? I guess.
Well,
Eliminated people? That
yeah,
doesn't matter.
I guess. Okay, okay, I got 4 hits.
Okay. Yeah. You said sprinklers. It's not quite sprinklers as much as it's spray, and also they're only in the decontamination hallway where none of the enemy soldiers are.
I
So
can't.
you'd only be spraying you and them. But what you can do with the 4 is you can find the paneling to get at one of the canisters. Where the chemical mixture that would decontaminate people is being stored. At least for like 3 of the jets.
Okay, well, that really doesn't gel with the thing I was hoping for. Are there stairs? There's stairs out. And
Yeah,
up?
the room where Gus is, basically there's some desks, some consoles, and there is a stairway on the right side of the room.
I do that.
You do what?
I leave Gus and Alf behind, and I run up the stairs.
Okay. It's kind of like a spiral staircase that leads up to the second level. As you get to the top of it, assuming you want to get all the way and you're not just like hiding in the spiral. As you get to the top of it, you do see there's another room that has 3 soldiers in it. And also right by you and down the way, there's some ladders that lead up to, you don't know what, but there's like these shafts that these ladders lead up. And there's one right by you and then one all the way down at the end of the rectangular room. And the soldiers are hearing the gunshots and they are coming. They probably see you unless you roll well enough on a sneak test.
I can't.
They see
roll above a 1. Can I go up this ladder? Do I still have movement?
Yeah. If you want to use a focused action, you can.
Okay, I do.
Okay, they see you. They go, "Hey!" As you you grab onto one of the ladders and just start climbing up it as fast as you can. You do see as you go up. It's not a super long ladder. It's a long enough shaft that like it does like completely encapsulate your body as you are walking, as you are climbing up, but only for a few seconds, and then you start peeking over the top into a little guardhouse where there is one more soldier. Who is hearing the commotion downstairs but has not given up his post yet. Given the shouting and the lack of sneaking, he does know you're coming up.
Okay. I get up to the top.
Yeah, I mean that was a focused action to get up to the top. Yeah. So you are now basically like pulling yourself up as this soldier like is like he was like guarding and like hearing the shots, and then you come up and he's like getting ready to like point his gun at you. He sees like that you are obviously an escaped patient, but
This makes sense
he is
to me.
also a little like surprised that you're just like barreling up on him. So it hasn't come around to his turn, so he doesn't do anything yet, but he does get ready to shoot you.
Okay, do I have initiative after this?
You have one more turn. You have 1 initiative left.
Double. Do the double.
I have 4 grit. I would like to.
You're
double.
gonna double down. Okay, you have 0 grit now. But it is your turn.
Okay.
You fucking push yourself up out of this thing, and
I take the tier 1 tonic
cool.
and heal 3 hit points.
I think I see the machinations and I love it.
I have now 4 hit points.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
And I need to touch him. I need to touch him. Can I touch his foot or something?
You can roll either athletics to full on like tackle him with not the intention of grappling him, just like to full on body check him, or unarmed to get a hand on him.
Okay, well, it's unarmed because I'm rolling for 2s instead of 1s.
Cool.
This is stupid. I should not have done this. I don't have reliability. Okay. I don't have any more grit.
You're only up
Did
against.
you roll higher than a 1?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
It's only a quick action to try and get a hand on him, so.
I bet he'll put his hand on you willingly.
Yeah.
If you pretend to surrender.
Yeah. I do that. I like try to grab at him, and then when and then when I miss, I'm like, don't shoot, please, and then do that.
Sure. You're trying to trick him into touching you. You have a pretty good cause for him to agree, though. So we'll be a manipulate test, but you're going to take a +4.
I'm going to take a +4?
Yeah, because you're telling him to recapture you, the escaped patient.
Okay. He's going to be a hero.
It's in his job description. It's either to kill you or capture you, right? So he's like, okay.
It's such a big win for this guy who gets stuck in a lone tower guard duty.
Yeah.
If he gets the capture.
Gets to move down to the second floor. Then if he captures somebody else, he moves down to the first.
It's so
Also,
lonely in the tower.
Someone please give Eloise a grit if you have to. I'm looking at Elle with the 0
It's
grit
so
and
stressful.
I'm panicking.
You're up against a 7.
Okay. I can't even see the numbers on my dice. I'm so stressed out. Okay. 12, 4, 8. 12, 4, 8. 12, 4, and 8.
Okay, so you have an 8 and a 12 over him.
I don't know. No. It's a 10. My
You have an 8 over him.
Instead of 10. I have an 8.
Okay. Yeah. He, I mean, it's not his turn yet.
Right.
So he does like have his gun trained on you. You have your hand up. He doesn't immediately shoot, and he looks like he might be about to like give you commands or something like that. But you get a success over him.
Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Porter, it is your turn.
I gotta go on mute really quick.
I heard that all the way back here in this part of the house.
Yeah, Tommy, now you know how it is when you're streaming ever.
I only extremely faintly.
Brilliant.
I got fucking front seats to that one.
Look, it's been a while since I've done this, but I think the time is right. I'm gonna go ahead and flash back.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 4 grit and flashback. And I would like to have set up the turrets in a position. There's 2 of them, right? I'd like to set up the turrets in a position so that I can draw fire if needed from a good vantage point. I guess mostly I'd probably be firing at those towers.
turrets? Don't you only have one?
I think we only have one.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's the one that I need.
So what you're gonna flashback to do, I think, is have instructed Arthur to plant one at the top of the street slope. Because that's where you were when you were with Parappa, didn't really have a shot on this facility. But
Excellent.
where they came down, like you basically told Arthur, like, hey, I want to have line of sight onto like this facility. I think that's
Right.
I think that's where it's going to be. You had a good enough like rundown of the place, like you kind of thought that might basically you were able to determine some of the like functionality of some of these things. So like you're like, I kind of want like this is where we're going to come out, which is the water treatment thing. So like this area of the base, I want to be able to have like shots on that. So I think the best way so that's going to happen, but how well it was set up is going to be I guess it's going to be determined by Arthur's combat sense, not yours.
I help.
Sure. I don't think Arthur would have asked or said anything or done anything. He would have just like walked up, and as you guys were like surveying the place, he'd be like chink, psh, and just put the thing down.
Yeah.
Okay. My whole thing is shooting things far away extremely well.
Well, you can roll lore. That's what he's drawing on, is being able to know the ins and outs of
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
I thought he basically, I assumed he was rolling ranged.
No. What he's doing is determining
He's remembering like how best to shoot at a 4th tier born militia.
yeah, he's identifying what these buildings' functionality is as
Cool,
because
cool.
he has history with the militia.
Cool. Never mind then.
That was way too many dice.
I don't know. He's been around a while.
I mean, he has pluses. Hey, all right, cool. So Porter, you pull up on your wrist like a little like screen that like lights up and like puts a little hologram out to show you like the scope like camera on the gun. And you can see Arthur has put it in a place that does have line of sight to this facility. Basically, he made it so that it could shoot at both the water treatment facility all the way to like, not like, it's pretty bad if you head further east. It's not gonna be able to cover you a lot as you go like eastward, which you don't know this, but just so everyone can remember and know, that is the direction that your guys' gear is. It doesn't have very good line of sight to that side of the garrison, but it has good line of sight to where you are and where this place's gatehouse is.
Where is the exit? Where is F6?
Oh, well, wait. So F6 isn't.
Isn't that the walkway over the wilds?
No. That's at B3.
That's B3. Okay, so that's
Yeah, you guys.
is that part covered?
Sort of. I mean, it's a longer shot. It's a way longer shot.
Fair.
Basically, it's got no range penalties to the water treatment facility where you guys came in, and to basically right about its range penalties start incurring at this like beyond this gatehouse that Eloise is in, and Eloise and Gus are in, and you guys are converging on. Then it starts getting range penalties as it begins aiming further north. It does have line of sight to those walkways though, which is more than can be said for the east half of the garrison, which is mostly blocked by buildings and doesn't have great line of sight to like any of the thoroughfares or anything. But like had you wanted to employ this thing on the 3 soldiers that were walking up on you, you would have had an extremely clean shot on them.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, you pull that up. You have done that. You did the flashback. It is set up for you. Go ahead and roll an observe test at a -2 for me.
Brilliant. Is this a visibility penalty?
It sure is.
Great. That is reduced by 1, so it's at a -1 for me.
Okay. And it is unopposed because, as has been thoroughly established, Eloise is currently not sneaking.
Oh, jeez. So, Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's worth it. I'm gonna spend 2 grit to play to the gallery, so that I can count this 12. Oh, and that's another 12. All right, so that's 4 successes then.
Okay. So you see that it's kind of pointed at the water treatment facility as default as you kind of activate it. You with a swipe of your hand, it slides over. You see Parappa and Jess getting in position. You see yourself. You see Arthur and Oscar in position, and you see Dex and Lucille like propped up against this back door. And then you pan up, and as you're like looking at the 2 like single like little turrets of like guard houses, like guard stations over this gatehouse, you see Eloise looking absolutely terrible. She has like fresh wounds up and down her body, which is exposed as she is wearing just the sports bra and the shorts, and she's got like, looks like she's been like cut open and stapled and stitched back together. She's got open wounds. She looks worn, extremely thin, and you see that she has her hands up, and there's a soldier in that guardhouse pointing his gun at her. Looks like she's surrendering to him.
Great. Excellent. I feel kind of bad because I'd love for Eloise to kind of do her thing. This was a very exciting moment, but I'm gonna shoot this fucker.
Okay.
I have a question. I inspected this weapon thoroughly when we got it. Did it have mod points left?
I told you all of the mods that were on it.
Do you have that, Seth?
Oh Lord. I don't think I do.
Sorry, I have so many guns written down we took from the
I know.
from the armory.
Let me look back in my notes. That. Let's see. Laser firearm. Okay, here it is. It's a excellent quality heavy firearm with enhanced sights, auto turret, programmable, and auto turret and programmable. So enhanced sights, auto turret, programmable. I think are the.
It also has an auto loader.
Oh, that I didn't write down. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, sorry. Silencer, auto loader, and bolt action.
Oh, it's got a silencer. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ask and answer.
Brilliant.
I was gonna flash back and be like, "Hey, that'd be great with the silencer on."
Also, it doesn't have any mod points left.
Good.
That was the one I was concerned about.
Yeah. So Porter, you're taking a shot, right?
That's right. And I use my stats for that, right?
You don't use your ranged skill. Hold on a second. Pulling it up.
Sure.
It
It
your
is
technology minus something.
technology minus 2.
Can I use the gun stats? Is that feasible? My technology is shite.
It's finesse, and its finesse is 6, just base, and then its range skill is technology minus 2. Since you did a flashback to have prepared this gun for this inevitability, you could have had Jess program it for you.
I would love to have done that.
Yeah, that can be part of it. Before you basically, there's a point where you have Arthur take the gun, you give him instructions to give you good line of sight, and then you tell Jess to program it before they leave, because there's that point where all of you converged, discussed the plan, and then they went into the mountains and you waited back for Parappa.
So she programmed it so that it will use its range skill rather than my technology skill.
It will use her technology skill.
Oh, that's Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. Sure. So she's programmed it. I've got the little screen up, and I kind of like tap the guy, and if this works, he kind of like highlights, as like the scope is like target acquired.
Yep. And then it adjusts for like wind and distance, and it aims up a little bit, and it takes a shot. You can roll for it. It is rolling at a target of 12 with a finesse of 6. So it's got three dice with a reroll.
I can't imagine this boy knows what's coming for him.
This will be he's heard gunshots, so he does have enough battle sense awareness to potentially maybe get extremely lucky. But he's rolling at such a negative that like there's no way. I will roll for him though, and we will see.
Love it.
Aha! Yes, no successes. Wait, hold on. He's reliable. No successes.
Brilliant. I love that because that is 4 hits.
Okay. So
you might have to punch it to count the 4th one.
I was wondering because that I don't have. I don't have the accuracy of this.
Well, the enhanced sights make the accuracy 3.
Sure. Oh, but if I punch it, that's 2 grit, isn't it?
It's 3 grit to punch it.
Yeah,
I don't have 3 grit.
Oh wait, you do. Actually, technically, you do. Laura did give you during the resolution of this. Laura gave you 1 grit.
For the cinematic quality, it's worth it. I'm gonna spend that last grit, and I'm gonna try and kill this fucker.
This is really exciting. I've never had a table with 2 drifters with no grit. This is boy. Okay. What ammo is this loaded with? You have a lot of ammo. Is it just regular ammo, or are we using hollow points, armor piercing? Explosive is not a thing that was on the table.
No, the heavy firearm ammo. I think the only heavy firearm I got was just standard quality, cool. Regular.
So that means you're doing a good healthy 21 damage with 3 armor piercing.
It's 4 hits.
4 hits.
You're doing a good old 28 damage with 3 armor piercing. Let me just check this guy's stats real quick. Okay, he has some toughness. Lovely. Cool. And then that plus that is Eloise. You put up your hands. This guy looks like he says like he's like back up. Hands where I can see them.
Okay.
And you get the sense that he is going to instruct you to climb down, and he's not going to touch you. He's going to keep his gun trained on you at all times. He has accepted your surrender, but because you only got 1 success, he was going to escort you down the ladder to where he has reinforcements before anyone put a hand on you. And in that moment where you come to that realization, there's a sound as a bullet passes straight through this guy's temple and out the other side. Your face gets peppered with warm liquid. And he, like, as you open your eyes, he slumps down and slides down a post dead.
Oh my god.
And
I don't know what to do.
So here's the thing about the auto turret that is very fun, Porter. You don't have to command it to shoot.
Lovely.
It just has targeting priorities. It just hasn't shot yet because apparently it's been programmed to at least have been turned on. From here on out, on your turn, the auto turret will shoot someone that it makes sense for it to shoot.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Does that mean that I also get to shoot somebody? You
have all of your actions. This thing it freely shoots your enemies until it would make sense for it to stop, because it is programmed. So it's not like basically there's a little bit of a drawback to it. Like if you're trying to take someone in, like you may have to like do an action to tell it not to shoot them, but basically it is in combat mode now. It is just going to shoot.
Brilliant. I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot one of the people that's behind this door. I can see them, right?
No. You can.
I'm not
You're-
in view of the door yet.
You're further back. You can catch up to where Arthur is, and there's 6 soldiers around the corner that you can see when you catch up to where Arthur is.
And presumably Arthur would explain what I had told him as
He did. Yeah. Porter has that info. But basically, there's to your knowledge, Porter, there's 6 soldiers outside, and there's gunshots inside, but you do not have any line of sight to inside. Inside is behind a wall and a gatehouse and all that goodness.
Since I know where Eloise is, and I've got teammates who are already heading towards that door, can I make my way kind of closer to that tower?
Yeah, you can see actually with your own eyes. You can't quite see Eloise from your position, but you see like the top of the gatehouse peeking over the walls with the little like steeples up, and you know which one she's in. But from your position, you're not able to see where she's standing.
Yeah.
You do know because of the scope there is another guard in the other steeple, which is closer to you. But shooting at him, he'd have like excellent cover against you, or so that would be pretty difficult.
That's fine. If this is the situation, I'm going to sign to Arthur that one of our people that we're rescuing is in that tower specifically. I don't have line of sight to Parappa and Jess, right?
Correct. You went around the corner and started following Arthur and them, so you don't see Parappa and Jess.
I communicate that to him and tell him to tell anybody else what's happening, and I'm going to try and get as close to that tower without being seen as I can.
So the feasibility of that is pretty limited. Basically, you have the wall where Arthur and Oscar are, and then immediately around that corner is the front of the gatehouse where there are 6 soldiers, and beyond them and up high is the tower that Eloise is in.
Sorry, I don't have the map now. That makes a lot more sense. That's what I was asking with the trying to get that. Okay, cool. Then right. I will get up to where Arthur is then.
Sure.
And prepare to engage, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could engage if you really wanted. But as you peek around the corner,
have they heard the gunshots?
I mean, yeah, everyone, like, the gunshots are muffled somewhat, but like these guys look like they're about to open the door. They had their guns out and they're ready.
I'm gonna shoot another tonic into their midst then.
Okay.
So that's another gas grenade, and let's see if we can hit. You and these 2. Oh, and one more. Oof. It's a high of 13.
Okay. This is unopposed because you're just throwing the grenade in. So.
Oh, good.
What's how many successes?
4 successes.
Okay. It lands right in the middle. Some of them are kind of on the outskirts of it. Some of them are a little bit closer to it. They're kind of in like a wide formation as like one of them is getting ready to like pop the door open. And your grenade goes flying in. They see it fly in, land, and start spraying the gas out. What's the negative for them to resist to negate this?
For this one, it's the -6.
Okay.
So for like the sleep tonic, I shot it. It was kind of like a deep indigo purple kind of spinning around. This one I shoot is almost like lime green.
What is this one?
I think he wants to reveal it dramatically.
Let's see if it's a success. Let's find out.
That one resists. That one does not. That one does not. So that's 2 who have not resisted. I'm assuming it's only one property I'm resisting with this guy.
It is, yes. That's right.
That one also does not.
Oof.
That one resists. That one also resists. So half and half.
They're good. They're pretty good. They're pretty well. 3 of those guys go blind, so
Oof.
half a blind party is better than none of them being blind.
So there's 3 blind
Guys,
Soldiers.
yeah.
3 blind
Blind
soldiers,
guys.
3 blind guys. Yeah, so this launches out. They're like, grenade out, and then it's and a couple of them like manage to pull back and get out of the way, and the wind carries the dust away from them as they like pull back and like pull up like filtration masks that they haven't quite been able to fix on yet, and like, you know, scarves. But the 3 that are like kind of closer to the like epicenter, the smoke like goes up and you see it like kind of stick to their eyes and face, and then like as they like wipe it, like their eyes like just kind of like maintain this like kind of like color, this indigo color, as they're like, I can't see. And you got 3 of them.
Lovely.
That's a nasty boy.
Parappa and Jess continue to move to catch up with you, but they don't quite make it as far, as they seem to be avoiding a patrol that is coming from the west out of your line of sight. So that is them. Shots fired inside. People shouting on the other side of the door about a grenade out. Lucille looks to you, Dex, and like raises an eyebrow as if to say, like, ready?
Now it's
She swings the door open. It slides into the wall as she comes around, pulling out 2 one weapon and like a handful of knives. She has like a silenced pistol in one hand and like and then like 3 knives in her other hand. As she steps out into the room, you see Gus, a little beat up, a little bloodied. He's got scars or like fresh cuts and like looks like drill holes in his limbs that are exposed. No shoes, scrub pants, tight, like ill-fitting armor. He is currently fighting against 2 soldiers that remain in this room. You also see in the doorway to your right, in the decontamination doorway, Alf Ralston, shot in the gut. Lucille swings in, whips back the knives, raises up her pistol to fire on one of the soldiers. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh man.
I got 10:22 on the clock. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. So roughly 37. We'll see you guys then. Go grab a drink, grab a snack. Say a good prayer to the fish god for Porter. And I guess a
Prayer to Alana for Gus.
prayer to
who's out
Alana
of
for
initiative.
Gus.
Yeah.
Things are, they're not out of it yet, but they are about to be reunited. Exciting stuff. We'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, we are back. Those of you who are just joining us, we are in the middle of a fight in the Brimstone Garrison of Fort Dearborn. Two of our drifters, Eloise and Gus, are attempting to escape, and the other two, Dex and Porter, have employed some very skilled drifters to assist them in extracting Eloise and Gus. Currently, the layout is as follows. Gus is in the gatehouse with two soldiers fighting him. Eloise is in one of the steepled watchtowers over the gatehouse with, as far as she knows, 3 soldiers below her in the second level of the gatehouse, and one that's a little ways away in the other tower. Outside the walls the gatehouse butts up against, we have Porter, Arthur, and Oscar, who are all in position, ready to attack the squad of soldiers that are standing outside the gatehouse about to enter. In fact, Porter has already attacked them. He threw a tonic out, and 3 of them have gone blind as a result. Parappa and Jess are a little ways behind, trying to duck around patrols to catch up, though it seems like potentially things are about to get pretty fucking crazy, as anyone who's particularly close to the gatehouse right now can hear the muffled shots of gunfire ringing out through. Just now, Lucille and Dex popped the door open, the back door open to the gatehouse, where they see 2 soldiers fighting Gus. No Eloise, and but yes, Alf Ralston. As Lucille takes her turn and extremely swiftly fires off 1 shot with her pistol, throws 2 of her 3 knives out of one hand, and the 2 guards that are fighting Gus die.
Love that.
She then moves to attack Alf.
No.
And Alf like puts his hands up, and Gus says no, and she stops.
Gus says in whatever sign, in as close to sign language as he can get. He's just like, no. Alf's up. X. Hey.
I don't think I've made it in yet. I think only Lucille has made it.
Yeah, only Lucille's walked in, but actually,
Then he says, "Hi, I'm Gus."
I know, sweetheart. And Dex, it is your turn.
Cool. I get in. Where's Elle?
She's upstairs. She just ran.
Dex like darts away. It's good to see you, old man. And
Yeah. Hey.
Dex heads up the stairs.
Cool. You run up the stairs swiftly, get to the top, and you see 3 soldiers converging on a ladder to your right, as if they're about to. They're like one of them is already aiming directly up the shaft right by you, and there's 2 more like kind of like watching it as well, and one like swings his gun as you come running up the stairs to fire on you, but you are faster.
So Dex would continue to be moving quickly and quietly, possessing Lightfoot and Silent Step.
Okay. Yeah. Then go ahead and roll a sneak test, and let's see if you can avoid detection from these boys.
Not a very good roll. They are at a -2 to hear me and a -1 to see me. Yeah, I have an 11.
Okay. They have a 9.
I have 2 hits over a 9.
Cool. Yeah. So they are at this particular moment, as you swing around, you have the drop on them.
Great. I shoot one.
Cool.
I shoot one badly.
Cool. Yeah. They have eyes on the stairs because that's where Eloise came sprinting up, and there's gunshots coming from down there. But you swing around fast enough that this dude's going to be at significant penalties to avoid being shot at by you, because he didn't like you swing so fast and so quickly that he's like, "Oh shit!" as you're already pulling the trigger. And he has a 6.
Well, I have some 7s and an 8 and this 11.
Okay. How much damage does this guy take?
I will punch it.
Okay.
This guy takes 28 damage.
Woo.
Yes, he does.
All right. Do. Yeah, he's just dead.
Great. I will shoot.
Is this with one of the hard calibers?
Oh, yeah. I told Arthur he'd know when it was time.
Porter, you hear the distinct sound of a hard caliber pistol firing. It's not as exciting as I guess. Yeah. It's you've shot these guns before, Porter.
Yeah, I know what they sound like.
Yeah. Dex, you swing around. This guy's completely not ready, and you just fire one of these Fort Dearborn hard calibers right into his dome. He goes flying back, almost doing a full somersault as he flies back from the force of the shot and crumples onto the ground.
Guess that means the fight's really started then.
That's no better.
This guy has a 7.
He takes 24 damage. No armor piercing.
Yeah, this one you hit directly in the chest, shattering his armor, and he goes slamming against the wall, like cracking a screen as he does. And there's only one left.
I think that's just me.
Cool.
This one man does not feel terrifying enough to double down.
Eloise, you that one guard in front of you got shot in the head, fell down, and then you hear down below as 2 hard caliber pistols shoot.
Okay.
And the door opens. Gus. The giant door opens, leading outside. You see an indigo cloud dissipating in the wind as 3 soldiers stand before you. Two very distracted by the fact that a grenade just went off and their friends are blind. And one, who is the one who opened the door, sees you and Lucille standing there, and he is going to shoot at you.
And Alf too.
And Alf and Lucille.
He doesn't necessarily have context for Alf being an enemy.
Yeah, which I'm curious. The presence of a friendly seems interesting in this context.
I
I don't
have
know.
bad news. Alf, decent at manipulate, bad at blend.
At a blend, he's wearing the uniform of everyone
In a room
else.
full of dead soldiers that he is not part of the station of.
Sure.
Doesn't-
That's fair.
Doesn't Arthur go right after Lucille?
Yeah. I did hop over Arthur. You are correct. Good
It's
call.
really important that you don't skip this turn for Arthur.
Nah, you know what? Arthur's gonna hold his turn. He's going to hold his turn and not do this. So the door opens up, Gus. And you get full witness as Arthur Ross steps around the corner and he sprays and he prays, baby.
Hell yeah.
He targets all 6 soldiers with one attack, where he unloads his massive. It is not a dog of war, but it does have 4 barrels that rotate as it goes.
Yeah, words leave Gus's body that he doesn't even know if it's a conscious thought from him. He just goes, "Big gun, big fun."
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, the 3 who are able to dodge this because they're not blind get very shot. They get very, very shot.
That's what you love to hear. When the guys who are in a better position get very shot.
And I forgot that Arthur can re-roll his successes on this, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna take some of his lower successes and re-roll them. Oh my god, they're getting even more shot. Guys, they're getting so shot.
That might be 2 shot to be alive.
You know, that's why we brought Arthur along.
And in the blink of an eye, Gus, you watch as these poor bastards I just want to let you know how much damage they take. Okay, I had to make sure. I thought that spray and pray raised the accuracy. They take 54 damage each.
Oh my god.
That's 2 gunslingers worth of damage. Speaking of
That's nearly 3.
Ow.
As he swings around and with explosive rounds in his heavy firearm, Arthur Ross lights this squad of Melissa soldiers up. You watch as their bodies get ripped apart by explosive rounds, blowing up in kind of a gruesome way as just the bullets like pass through them like butter, like blowing them up in the wake of the bullet passing through. Loud gunshots echo out as Arthur just at some point lit a cigar. He just comes around the corner with a cigar in mouth, just like doo, 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 doo. He shoots more than he needs to. As they're dead, but their bodies don't hit the ground before they get hit like 2 or 3 more times. As they like kind of get peppered back and blown up into bits, and then he stops and the barrels go woo, 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 woo. And he's looking around. He looks in, and then it's like woo, 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 woo. And then
No.
Lucille says, "This one's with us, hun." And he goes, "All right." And he turns to you and he goes, "Howdy, name's Arthur."
Yeah, I'm Gus.
This is probably the second youngest extremely deadly person that you've met in your life, Gus, as he is just a little bit older than Dex.
They make him younger and younger. But Dex and Porter made some friends. All right. Okay, this is wonderful news. This is great.
I think Porter sees on his screen there's like those 6 targets, and the gun has highlighted the one that seems like the most high value. And then as these people die, it goes like bzz, 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 bzz. Okay.
And then it just pans up to the one tower that has the other guard.
Yeah, exactly.
What do I do?
I guess he's the guy.
Arthur. All right. Now it is the malicious turn.
It's so important that Arthur gets his turn.
Dex, you get shot at.
Cool. I have what some would call the devil's own luck. I benefit from light cover.
Cool. Well, that prevents me from being able to play to the gallery. So my highest is a 10.
Well, I have an 11. Yeah, I have an 11.
Okay, cool. I'll give you some grit.
Okay.
It's going to require me to do... You get 2 grit.
Okay.
Because I both have to go it strong and play to the gallery to make this happen. But I have many grits.
Okay.
And now, because of that, I can count this 13, which explodes.
Okay.
Into another 13. Oh, no.
Okay.
I dropped a die. Okay, so I have 2 13s over you.
It's my turn to spend grit now, right?
Yep.
Cool. I spend 2 grit to play to the gallery and count the 17.
Okay.
This was fun.
So this guy fires, and you actually like step back a little less smoothly than you want because of this like spiral of the staircase, and you hug the staircase, and you're able to catch yourself. But like that little bit of a like jolting, like that, like, you know, like gut wrenching like moment where you try to step back and there's not a step there, and your like foot goes down a whole like 5 inches, and you're like, I'm gonna die. like that, the briefest of moments where you're like, oh, but like you are well trained enough and like fast enough on your feet that you actually utilize.
I think I just
that.
let the momentum carry me.
Yeah, you like push extremely, like all the instincts of your body that would make you try to reach out and like grab onto something, like you are well trained past those instincts. So instead, you just let your foot slam a little harder on the ground than you anticipated, and you hug against the wall, and the shots go and just miss you. And Order, you hear gunshots behind you as Parappa and Jess are being fired upon from the west. You can't see the soldiers that are firing upon them, but they have been alerted to the fact that there's a gunfight happening, and they spotted the 2 least sneaky members of the party who are a little far behind and no longer following Lucille's lead. And let me just see if Parappa or Jess get hit.
I feel like it's going to be gunshots and then explosions, and the militia are not going to like when it turns to explosions.
Jess does get hit a little bit. You see Jess get clipped in the leg and fall down. And it's Oscar's turn. I think Oscar is going to fall back. He's gonna fall back and he's gonna grab Jess and Parappa. Like basically, Jess gets shot in the leg, drops down to one knee. Parappa turns back to kind of pull her back up on her feet, and then Oscar gets both of them and pulls them into like excellent cover, and then takes out like a grenade and like tosses it around the corner, and you hear and you see a bright light.
Honestly, everyone's done extremely well this whole time. McCoy has more and more tricks.
I know, right? I love him.
This trapper's always prepared. More things happen out of your line of sight. Eloise, you do get fired on. The guy in the tower that is across from you, you have moderate cover against him, but he does see you because you're not being sneaky, and there's like everyone just died below, and so he's like, I think he probably looks over to try and like make eye contact with the guard in the other room, and he sees you with blood on your face standing there, and it's like, fuck, and like takes a shot.
Do I have initiative?
You're nowhere nearby, I guess.
I have blink.
You're completely unaware of this deck. I don't know where that die went.
Hell.
Yeah, fuck that die.
I'm just gonna get off screen real quick. All right, it fell all the way behind the desk, but I got it now. So you have a +2 to this defense test, L, because you have moderate cover. And that moderate cover makes it so you're only up against a 9. Did you get a 9? Is that what you're about to tell me?
No, I can't get a 9.
No.
Oh. But I did get a 7.
Okay, that takes away my other success. So
Y'all
you take.
remember what we said about if you've got 8 points, give Al a crit real quick.
You take 6 damage with 2 armor piercing.
Oh, I don't have any armor, so
That's
it's
fair.
straight to hit points.
6 damage.
I go 2 into my overflow.
Can you not take an injury?
I don't have any more injury
Oh
slots.
god, she doesn't have any slots. Oh
I have
What's your durability?
I have 6 durability, but fucking Dr. Pruitt took all of my hit points except for 1.
I thought you had more slots left for some reason.
No!
Oh no.
No, I took all those injuries trying to get you out a million years ago, and they have not healed.
This
No.
place is a devil place. With
And I
that
had-
die.
And I doubled down for pretty much no reason. So, you know, you live and you learn. Yeah, I'm 2 into my overflow.
Okay. Eloise, you get shot. Porter, you see as on your wrist as the scope kind of moves up to the guard in the tower and starts targeting them. That person shoots, and you see Elle get hit and drop out of sight as she falls down on the ground in the little tower.
No.
And Eloise, it is your turn.
Can I roll in endure?
I do need you to roll endure.
Okay.
It's a stressful game tonight.
Don't forget, you also take more overflow damage at the beginning of this turn, regardless.
Right. So I take 2 overflow
Yep.
or 1? 2. All right.
You have 2 overflow left, I believe.
I do have 2 overflow left. But if I have an action, I can do something about it.
Roll endure, and let's see if you can do anything with your turn besides bleed there.
Okay, wait, I gotta count my negatives because I got new ones. 1, 2, 3.
The chat has finally, for the first time, learned that there is a limit to how much grit can be given to the players. we've never maxed out, but during this session we have. L can no longer receive grit, though Random Jerk says maybe this will help at some point and gives a grit to Porter.
Thank you. Oh God.
I have.
This is where you guys like intentionally unplug the internet so the stream shuts down, and then we have to restart the stream, and then all the cooldowns come back for per stream.
Threaten me with a good time.
Okay, so before negatives, I have a 10 in endure. I rolled a 6 and a 1 and a 7, and I'm at a -4, so that means that I have 2 hits and that 6 explodes.
Yep.
Because I have 0 reliability.
Yep.
That's a not bad roll.
It rolled it rolled a 12. Okay, I have 2 hits. What do I get to do?
With 2 successes, you can forego movement and take an action.
Okay, I have 1 health tonic left.
Okay.
So I do that. I take, which puts me at 2 hit points. Right?
No. It doesn't heal your overflow.
It doesn't heal my overflow, but I have now 6 hit points.
Yes.
Okay.
And what's the side effect on that tier 2 tonic?
Migraine.
Okay.
Which is why I haven't taken it until now.
But
is that a free action? Can
Yeah.
I do something else?
No, you get to take an action. This is the action you take.
Okay.
You got shot through the shoulder. You dropped down. Blood is pooling on your chest. You feebly reach in and like pull out that tonic that you had like stuffed in your bra, and it luckily didn't get shot.
I have the med kit with the bag.
Oh yeah, you have a bag. Yeah. So you grab it out of the bag. You pop the top off of that, and you drink it. And like as you do, like your blood starts like clotting really quickly, and the blood flow stops like pouring out of the wound. And you're able to like kind of like get your breath in and like restabilize yourself as you are no longer dying.
Hooray.
But now your head hurts a lot, as well as the rest of your body.
Mm-hmm.
But like now your head hurts like a lot. And you can see like your vision is like a little blurred on the edges.
Okay. I'm so glad I ran up here, guys. It was such a good idea.
And
Can you see the helicopter from where you are?
I'm laying on the floor. I can't see anything.
Could you? I mean, you've been up there, I suppose.
I don't think I looked, honestly, guys. I don't think I looked.
That's fine.
Porter, you are out of initiative, so you and the turret do not go this turn.
Great. Awesome.
Parappa and Jess return fire on the blinded soldiers down the way. Pulling out some light firearms. You hear them start opening fire. Jess's is like heavily modified, so it like fires like full auto. Parappa's is just like semi-auto, like standard like pistol. As Jess is like with a little pistol. She's got like an auto pistol that's like hair trigger. Then it is Lucille's turn. And she'll give a wink to to Alf as she darts up the stairs after Dex. She sees the soldier that shot at you, Dex, as she swings around, and she probably does enough damage with her attacks. I forget, you didn't actually shoot this guy, right?
No.
Oh, she's gonna do enough damage. She just got 2 explosions on that roll.
Oh.
Just barely she manages to kill him with her 2 attacks as she throws a knife into his chest, which opens him up, and then she just goes 2 quick shots into the forehead, and he drops down dead.
Great. I love that.
Arthur's gonna hold his turn. He's just gonna stand out in the open in front, keeping his barrels moving slightly slowly as he's looking around for more targets, but doesn't immediately see them and is awaiting another command before he goes inside the building.
Sure.
Dex, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I go. I mean, this room doesn't. This is just a small room. There's no other exit out of
No,
it, right?
you did hear gunshots up the staircase, up the ladder that's across, like, all the way down the hall from you. Because there's a guard up in that tower who shot at Eloise. So you heard gunshots
Oh,
up there.
sure. Yeah, I will look at Lucille. I guess I don't know, but they were all, I infer, they were all pointing guns at this one. Eloise is up this one. I look at Lucille, and I say, Eloise is up this tower. You get her. I'm going to deal with that. And I go up the ladder, across the way.
Cool, yeah. You barely use the ladder as you kind of like, just like kick your way up this thing. You fly out, whipping out both guns as this person who is like aiming that way, like hears you coming, turns, and you like just fly up.
Does he hear me coming?
He's aware of the fact that there's fights happening. You shot 2 guns down there.
Oh, Tommy, I bought these sneak talents. Yeah, I am beholden to mention that.
He was not ready for you to come literally launching out of the tube, but he notes that there's an enemy combatant to the below him.
Sure.
Gotta honor. He purchased light gun and silent shoot.
Yeah, I shoot.
Yeah.
I got
God.
13. Oh no.
Well, he didn't misfire, but he also got no successes.
Oh, okay. 24 damage.
Love how often that's been happening. Love it.
Everything above a 16.
Oof.
How much damage?
24?
Why am I having so much trouble with math right now? He's still alive after 24 damage.
I shoot him again.
Okay, well, this is probably it for him. Oh, he got successes on this one. He has an 8.
Those are not high enough numbers, Tommy.
I know, but he's very shot now.
Okay. He takes 24 damage.
Okay, let me just do the 1, 2. Oh, he's gonna die. Yeah. So you just like smoothly like launch up. This dude's not ready like for you to come flying up. He's trying to like swing his gun into bear, but before he even has a chance, you just both guns fire at exactly the same time, and he goes flying, tumbling, and like lands not in the courtyard but on top of like the gatehouse below.
Oof.
V dead.
I don't have the actions for gaining cover, but I will like press up against one of the pillars.
Yeah, from your vantage point, you see 6 dead soldiers and Arthur Ross standing amidst their bodies.
I think this is so much closer to what Dex is used to operating like with like Isabel and like the few times he went out with other wardens like earlier in his training, where it was just understood that you can count on everyone with you to just be fine if they have to deal with something on their own.
Arthur will take his turn now, shouting to no one in particular. As Lucille goes running off, he sees just like Gus and this like, weak-looking soldier behind him. As Lucille just like disappears up the stairs, and he looks around, he hears gunshots down the way, and he just kind of like shouts out, like as he's like turning his gun towards the west, and like being ready for like what he thinks might be his team running from soldiers that he has to mow down. He just kind of says, "What's the plan?"
Just to no one?
To no one and everyone.
Did y'all not have a plan for this? We've been in here.
Alf knows the way out. Alf should say something.
Alf? Where's that chopper, Alf?
There's one on each tower. The nearest tower is going to be the one. We got to go. We're going to the armory. The armory's east.
We're going to the armory. The armory's east.
He goes,
That's right.
"Oh, that sounds pretty convenient. They're coming from the west, from what I can tell."
Great. We'll meet them in the middle.
And he lets out like a loud whistle and says, "McCoy, get your ass over here." And he is going to just hold his ground and not use his turn because he's not going to give up that position where he is. And with that,
Do you have a machinery cube?
everyone is out of initiative, and we roll initiative again.
We.
Oh boy, I've been waiting for this one.
Oh, I would like to roll my. When am I allowed to roll my? No, it would have to be on my turn to roll
Yeah.
my like breather roll.
Yeah, your resilience roll. Yeah, that's
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
it's going to be on your
It's fine.
turn.
I'm cool. I'm good. I'm hip. I'm with it. I'm fleek. I'm chill. I'm not Shugi. I'm all the things the kids want.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. Just stop.
So we continue to get McCoy's benefits, right?
Yes, all of you have a reliability and +1 to your target, I believe.
Yeah, it's +1.
But you no longer get the automatic 2 to your score because that only applied to the first time initiative is rolled in a comp.
So we do get another. Sorry,
your
we
target.
do get a reliability. We get an extra reliability though.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have any reliability on initiative unless you have.
I do because I do have.
Nice. Yeah, you get 2 reliability,
ready to go.
Porter.
Ready to go. Yeah, I need that.
+1 grit to Gus from Carnaxus for being so
Hell
woke.
yeah. Thank you.
Now,
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 grit to play the gallery on this actually. So easy come, easy go.
so I know this isn't the first round that grit has been rolled, but it is the first time initiative has been rolled. But it is the first time that initiative is rolled when I have this talent, finger on the trigger. So do I get my +2?
Game recognized game. I tried that one last time, dog.
+1 to Dex and +1 to Porter
Yay! Thank you, Carnaxus.
from Carnaxus saying, "And you, and you."
That's wonderful. Thank you. I am gonna spend 2 grit to twist the knife
Okay.
because I rolled fucking good.
Oh, did you upgrade? I think I should be at 3 grit after playing the gallery on this one.
You're forgetting the fact that you were given grit. That put you up from 5 to 6.
Oh, well then I've just been wrong entirely. So great.
Do I get that reliability? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You
You're
are
not
part of
good now.
you are an ally to Oscar McCoy.
Saint of a man. He doesn't even know you.
Oh my lord. Oh my lordy lord.
So there's no
That's
static
an
bonus, right?
absolutely insane roll. No. There's no bonus.
What
to
I've
your
rolled
number.
is what I got.
Yes. And I will get to you in a second. I am going to spend grit. I will spend 2 grit to play to the gallery. So all of you get a grit.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Fucking important.
It's a big grit.
Yeah. If I wanted to kill Eloise, it would have just been it would have just ruthlessly kill her. It would have just been a punch it and twist the knife on that attack I made to down
That
her.
would be horrible.
That would be the most ruthless, like,
You would
you're
not be
gonna
sleeping in the
die.
house. And if Addie didn't enact that, I would.
That makes that explode because I played to the gallery. Truly remarkable, that roll. Couldn't have happened to a better person.
All right, Henry.
Is it
fucking
Alf?
Fawcett.
It's not Al.
It's Henry Fawcett.
Fawcett. Look, Alf is just the best person I know. He's not, but he's come a long way. Most improved player this year. He's not MVP, but he's most improved.
And I am rolling fucking hot on initiative.
Dare I say 6 man?
Yeah. Well, fifth man, because there's 4 of us.
Sure. Well, but like the award doesn't change.
You can all take another grid. I'm going to play to the gallery again.
Come on.
Okay.
This one for Alf, though.
No. I don't spend grit on Al.
Well, you should. He's a beautiful soul and deserves kindness.
That's why he's not my friend. I only deal with the bad people.
You do have to roll initiative for him.
Not good for you.
I do have to roll initiative.
Okay. Tell me you've been giving out turns.
I am. Actually, for simplicity's sake, I have been running Alf on Gus's initiative. He's Gus's animal companion.
Hell yeah, baby.
That's honestly probably a huge upgrade for Alf.
It is. I felt like it was the best way to handle it. I was like, because they were separated, right? And I'm like, how shitty would it be if fucking Gus still had turns left and Alf was like, sorry dog, I'm back here.
Here's the thing is, I'm getting 12 grit, I'm spending 12 grit, I'm flashing back 3 times, I'm taking the metal tree, I'm making Alf my legendary companion. He has 1,000,000 hit points, he's unkillable, I can ride him.
He could deflect for free once as if he had a shield.
I ship golf.
I am rolling insanely
Alf.
well for everyone, including your guys' allies.
Hell
Good.
yes.
Everyone came with their A game.
That's wonderful news.
This is why I said we could buy gear, but experts are better than gear. They bring gear and then they use it.
Okay, that militia troop didn't actually do bad, but comparatively is garbage next to the rest.
It barely looks like they showed up to work.
Yeah, everyone else is fucking on the ball right now. Okay. All I had to do was say that I'm rolling exceptionally well. Yeah. All of you can have a grit. I'm gonna twist the knife.
Jesus.
Amazing.
I hate it. Now this is too much.
This is a lot. Hey, how much grit do you have?
I'm at 4 grit.
I have
This is
3
incredibly
grit.
worrisome.
3 grit? That's too powerful, Addie.
I'm about to need it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna blink you over to that freaking helicopter and you're gonna get us out of here.
I maybe roll well.
Okay, fine.
Honestly,
I will.
probably you blink Arthur Ross over to the helicopter and he gets us out of here. Or fucking McCoy. Bag of tricks, that man.
Who says we
Hell
can't
no.
fly a fucking a helicopter, right?
I will
Okay.
either be putting powers onto Eloise or Alf Ralston, and these are the only options.
You should put them on Alf.
No.
My sheet. Just put them on Alf. Just put
I'm
them
gonna
on.
make you very strong, and you got nothing to say about it.
All right.
To
So-
win!
We have a 13. Did anyone do better than a 13?
No.
What about a 12? Well, you'll be happy to know that Arthur Ross was the one who got the 12. What about an 11?
Yo,
Okay.
I rolled the fucking nuts.
Nice.
What's your awareness?
It is 5.
Uh, 10? Uh, 9?
Yeah.
What is your awareness?
4.
Eight? 7?
I spent 2 grit to get 7 successes. That was playing to the gallery, so I got a reroll.
What is your awareness?
My awareness is 6.
Eloise,
Beat that.
what did you get?
A 2.
No, come on.
What?
That's not real. That's not possible.
Sure it is. A lot
I
of
got-
negatives, low static, low
Yeah.
target.
And I actually don't get that reliability because I'm still shaken and have no reliability, or compromised and still have no reliability.
I'm so mad.
Oh my god.
If you wanted to have more than one turn, you could twist the knife.
No, because the interaction is
Well, sure, you're getting the grit now.
It has to be.
Right.
I have
You have
now
to get a
looked-
success
right.
also.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a way to get more initiative.
Yes, I do.
There you go.
Still have to roll successes. It's fine.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
So, as gunshots ring out to the west, the radio in your hand, Porter, calls out, all patrols converge on E5. E5, the gatehouse to the facility, to the science facility has been compromised. Repeat, all patrols converge on E5. Other units stand by. And then it crackles down silent again. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What?
Ah. Okay, I've got ideas.
Man, this is epic. This is too much, man.
This is too much, man. Wait, is Eloise on the roof or not?
Eloise is in a tower above the roof of the
Yeah.
gatehouse.
She's like at the top of the guard tower.
There's a chance Eloise
In the nest.
can see the bird. See the bird from there. All right, we can do this.
Girl, I don't know.
We can do this.
Please don't send me somewhere by myself. Please don't send me somewhere by myself.
A, look, that's your number one move. B, and B,
All right.
it's gonna be okay.
We're
This
gonna.
was supposed to be. It was supposed to turn out much better than this.
It's still turning out okay. We're not totally shot. We got this, y'all.
Speak for yourself.
Eloise did get totally shot. All right. So let's see what questions we have in the Discord as we move to Q&A. All right. Argalam has some people. Wants us to build a character of his own design, I suppose. The Badlands Prophet, notable traits, impossible to surprise because they know what will happen, capable of using their foreknowledge to help allies and hinder enemies. The madness they would have from such knowledge is optional.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
That's go for it.
Yeah, it's enlightenment. Enlightenment has the one where you can see the future. Yeah.
Nope.
Which one has the one?
That's metal.
It's metal?
Well, you do get to, in a way, see the future. You have to do the future, and then you get to say, "Oops."
Yeah, metal has the one where you can oops the future. I think still the enlightenment tree for like detect life, detect objects, clarify.
So the thing is you don't need the enlightenment tree to just have those powers, and I think this one, it does make it easier, but I think this one wants vigilance and moxie. Because
I was thinking vigilance, enlightenment, metal.
Sure, I think it's vigilance, enlightenment, metal, or vigilance, metal, and moxie. Because moxie has some very good stuff for helping out your allies.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you can give away your turn. You can assist them as like a free action with your motivational speaker, which could be you being like, "Look out!" or like, "To your left, duck!" Shit like that, because you see the attack coming ahead of time. The end of the metal tree has a talent that Kinsey got in campaign 1 that allows you to experience a failure on a test and then decide that you did not want that to happen and go back in time a couple of seconds and then succeed at the test.
I think it involved what's his name, the Raven, right? Like I think there was I was trying to shoot him or something.
No, you got shot by Morales. Morales
shot extremely badly by Morales.
It was Morales, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's that, and then you get the enlightenment talents. That way you can see places that you aren't, which would allow you, or not enlightenment, but the mentalist abilities that allow you to like see things that you aren't, where you are not. That way you can have a better chance. Also, Sixth Sense is a great one for that, because then you have like the extra defense and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the way to go about that.
I also feel like Prophet has to be like a leader too, which is why Moxie is great. You've got like the Charles Manson.
You gotta get people to listen to you. Is the
thing. If you were to go all the way down into rehearsal, it's sort of like you could flavor it as being able to have known that this conversation was happening and know what people are going to say.
Absolutely.
Also, if this person has anything but occultist history, I riot.
And then the other one from Argalam is "Let's build Fuse" from Apex.
Fuse. I remember Fuse.
So Fuse is a character in Apex who very much likes explosives. His like reusable ability is just a grenade that he shoots out, like a cluster grenade that just like makes an area really bad as it blows up a whole bunch. He also has like the passive ability to like launch grenades way further and with more accuracy than anyone else. And then his like ultimate makes a giant big fiery bad zone for enemies. So honestly, I mean, like, probably, like, so narratively, he probably has, like, the urchin background because he came up, like, on the streets in the Outlands and stuff like that. And, like, it's probably that. For his path, I don't know. He's there to have fun.
But does he know a lot of moves?
I actually don't know what path Fuse would have. It's hard to say.
I think it feels like tinker is the wrong word, but is the right abilities.
Sure.
Isn't he a rock star?
I don't actually know if Fuse is like I know he shows up. He can play music, but I don't think he's like actually canonically a rock star.
Ooh, honestly, advancement triggers wise, feels a little bit like a prospector.
So the thing is Tinkerer does have as a trigger an explosion alters a situation, which is Fuse's life, I believe. He has that trigger 4 times.
We're like a gambler.
Yeah. So like a lot of Apex characters, you know, he like fought in like Bloodsport before the game. He was a gladiator. A lot of them have that background, but I still think Urchin best fits his history just because like of the planet he grew up on, because it's like a rotating cast of like warlords like controlling everything. So like he would just have to like, it's either that or militant, right? And then yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess one of those paths is probably the one to go about it. Like Gambler, it probably has a mix, like Gambler and Scavenger.
Mix of triggers, but like the thing is, like the skills you want, right, are the Tinkerer ones that would let you just make grenades in the middle of combat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That way you can quick fix some grenades and just launch them out. Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
quick fix and
Mass production.
Mass production grenade.
Just
oops, I dropped all of these.
Make 4 grenades extremely fast and then just yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, isn't his thing he gets like an extra grenade per slot or something like that?
He does get more grenades. He gets to carry more grenades than other people. That's another part of his passive abilities. So yeah, he definitely has the know-how tree. That way he can make grenades on the fly and always have grenades handy. Lots of grenades all the time.
I believe I played Fuse the only game of Apex I ever won.
Obviously he's an Apex character, so sure hands. And then I'm tempted just to say hardiness because I don't really think he needs anything else except for maybe vigilance just for funsies, just because it feels like he would be good at driving, even though that's not really a part of the game.
I think that makes his history have to be militant.
Oh, sure, because he would need the sure hands.
Urchin would get him subtlety.
Urchin would get him subtlety. Yeah. So militant,
which I gotta tell you, Fuse is not subtle.
No, he should not have the subtlety tree. Yeah. Okay, so that's how we would build out Fuse. And we got one in the chat from the Pack Walk, asking how one would build a vampire hunter.
His name's Rico Kazak.
in Manifest.
The metal tree has some really useful stuff, like in terms of following tracks and like being good at fighting critters. And also, if it's like a real actual vampire with powers, the like discipline chain is extremely useful.
Be able to resist that vampiric charm.
Yeah.
Probably know how to make like freaking like
holy water tonics.
Holy water tonics, like wooden crossbow bolts and like stuff like that.
You have to have the lore chain is the problem.
Oh yeah.
You gotta know. Ah, yes, we need wood, and they can't cross running water, and they must be invited in.
Yeah.
If you don't have the lore, you gotta get yourself a Van Helsing. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
None of these Hugh Jackman Van Helsings either. One who really does is shit.
Yeah.
And then probably sure hands or brawn, depending on how you would like to deliver the stakes of your choice.
Yeah. Do you want to shoot them out of a projectile or do you want to stab? Like that. What would I guess the occultist would probably be the history.
Mm-hmm. I'll get you know how.
And I guess, like, is it just gunslinger because vampires are inherently evil?
A marshal.
Oh, deputy.
Could be deputy.
Yeah.
Extremely funny.
Or
absolutely.
Probably with a
deputy.
Probably with a couple ones from
you
Preacher.
have to arrest the vampires if you're a deputy.
Do you have to arrest them?
Yeah.
Yeah, the deputy believes in the law.
Yeah, I mean,
they have to stand trial.
Yeah,
they can stand trial, and then all you got to do is tie him to a rock and wait for the sun to come. Great, it's a perfect execution plan.
Also, you probably Preacher wouldn't be bad if your faith is vampires exist.
Absolutely. I feel like that was
every time you hold up a cross or like a triptych symbol, and the vampire's like, you're like, This vindicates my faith.
That's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, I think that's it. We don't have any others in the stream chat. We don't have any others in the Discord. So we are going to call it for tonight. We are going to be back on tomorrow, or not tomorrow. That'd be wild. Next week, Tuesday the 23rd. We'll see you all around 8 o'clock Central Time. And now all of our drifters are together and surrounded by something around like 4,940 soldiers.
Yeah, but Tommy, they told like 4,860 of them to just chill.
It's true. Fort Dearborn loves working on containment protocols.
Just fucking chill. There's no way they can get out without going out the front door. Just sit, they'll come to you. You will come into play, we promise.
Yeah, we almost killed 40 of them. 4,000's a breeze.
That was 40. That was mercenaries. That wasn't.
Yeah, they were tougher.
Right.
All right. That's it for tonight. We will see you all next week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all of the grit that you threw at all of the players and the little bit that you threw at me. Thank you for the resub from Random Jerk, the gifted sub from Chris, the 10,000 bits from Chris at the beginning of the stream. Chris, you absolute madman. To anyone who doesn't know, Chris is Ryak.
What? Oh my god, I actually didn't know.
Yeah, Chris is Ryak.
You're blowing my mind.
Hell yeah. All right. Thank you all so much. We will see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.